hasn't been able to play on this match yet.
Now we are going to head into the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on map number 1, Bank. FlipSide's going to start out on attack as CTM, Continuum, is going to be kicking it off on defense. Again, this is map number 1 in our best of 3 series. The winner of today's series will go on into the playoffs, secure that second seed coming out of Group A. The loser, unfortunately, will have their hopes and dreams of going to Gamescom Cologne, Germany dwindle, basically.
Well, absolutely destroyed. There will be none. So Continuum, they're going to be starting on defense, like I said. And I like the way we see the setup coming out here. Now, of course, we haven't seen Bank played in North America, at least yet, in this season, I believe. And so the setup's going to be a little bit interesting to pay attention to. You see, obviously, we are having 2 mirror windows upstairs. There's going to be one in that small office looking towards cafeteria. And then, meanwhile, one putting down by BC there. That's going to see the printer window to alleyway, as well as the cafeteria itself as well. They are leaving the drop down in small office unreinforced, which is likely to be opened up as well by Necrox. Yep, there it is. That's going to be the BC Necrox retreat when it comes time to fall off these 2 windows. I like that they're trying to extend themselves here and make use of the extremely large space that is Bank above the basement itself.
Now, we've seen Bank played in the LAN, I believe, of Season 1, and that's where we saw some Jackal come into the mix.
Ooh, MVK's trying a real dangerous angle here, and he will just barely miss the timing there. Adam's going to make his way past that exact spot. Chala's going to be challenging onto MVK in a bit at Blackbeard coming from the back alley door.
Now, Canadian will get droned out there. He's going to hop on out and into the atrium, move on over behind Tellers.
Now, of course, we do see a Jackal here, but that's actually not even a surprise on a map like Bank. There's so much ground to cover. He's extremely useful in this particular spot. In fact, this is the role that he was designed for. And you can see F3, they have taken control of the top floor, and they're going to start opening up these drop downs. They can apply now vertical pressure to Necrox and BC, who are playing on these mirror windows. However, it's taking a lot of time to make this happen.
There it is. Looks like BC will be tagged down by the PDW of Adam. Now they're going to look in. Looks as though we are going to have, I believe that was the smoke, Necrox. He will fall back down onto site, use his last reinforcement to get some of the red hull, and looks as though with a simple kill here and there, they have cleared out the majority of the top floor. However, Canadian is still stuck inside of the archives, and there's going to be Hot and Cold winning that engagement, and he comes out on top, and NVK still going to try to challenge this onto Chala, and he'll be finished off there by Chala. A wonderful collapse there by FlipSide.
Fantastic start, too. Now a 2 versus 5. There aren't really, I mean, it's going to be difficult for Continuum to make this round come back for them. And you're supposed, to be honest, on Bank, you're supposed to be winning these defense holes. And what needed to happen there is Continuum needed to default all the way back into the site as soon as they lost BC, and those mirror windows were rendered useless. The roam game was basically over at that point, but they didn't. They had 2 players stay upstairs and get taken down. Now FlipSide is going to have free reign to open up these drop downs and start applying whatever pressure they choose.
Now there are 30 seconds left to go, and on this soft wall, Pojo Man might not be able to get this wall opened up. Just one simple bullet could easily destroy it. Nope, he will get the wall opened up. 20 seconds left to go. 3 going to push him from server. Last gas grenade. Now that is a little bit early because they will be able to get the plant down or at least start moving forward once it gets gassed out. We will see Mint tag down Necrox, and he tags the second kill there onto Jarvis. That's going to be a flawless round here for FlipSide on Bank.
Yeah, not losing a single player on that first round. That's got to be demoralizing. Oh, wow, great gunplay from Mint there. I love that we got to see that. But yeah, not losing a single player on this round has got to be demoralizing for Continuum, especially on Continuum's map pick. And I have talked about that Continuum in the past has really liked Bank. It's a map that they're comfortable on. So FlipSide, obviously, feeling as well very comfortable on Bank. So moving forward, Continuum's going to have to step it up here. Staff room, open area, going to be the first pick for FlipSide. This is another surprise, ladies and gentlemen, of the many we've had so far in this matchup, with only 1 round having been played. Open area is not exactly what we expect to see first round on the defense from any team moving on this particular map.
I mean, with the addition of Mira and seeing as how we just had Continuum set this place up, it is, I'd say, against a team that can puts in the time and effort to learn the strategy, you could see open areas start taking the position of tellers and archives.
Arguable, I mean, absolutely tellers and archives, that's easy, right? But taking the position of what seems to be basement in this situation, that is, you know, that's quite a statement here from FlipSid. That's saying that we really are comfortable on this bomb site. Now I want to talk about what happened in that last round. FlipSid were so calculated in the things that they were peeking. You saw that, I mean, we had the Jackal doing a roam clear, and he was very slow, very meticulous, and it was because he was waiting patiently for his teammates to drone out every nook and cranny before he peeked any of the angles. I mean, he knew the mirror window was facing towards cafeteria, and he could have just peeked it willy-nilly, but he waited patiently for his teammate to drone out the exact location of BC on that mirror, and then peeked the angle when he had that called out to him. I mean, the gameplay from FlipSid was just very patient. And you see here Continuum executing very similarly in that they're trying to take this top floor control to start things off here before they execute onto the site.
This might be unfortunate here for Pojo, man. He is being pinched, and it looks as though BC's got him locked down. Being droned off here, Pojo's going to try to challenge this. Almost taps the head there of NVK as he tries to get rid of some of this barbed wire.
He just needs to stay alive as long as possible. He's put himself in a sacrifice position, nowhere to run. He's not even a 3-speed, and you can see BC's got his last retreat kind of cornered off there, and he's just going to stay until there. Yeah, there it is.
Good gas grenade. That's going to push him off the window, but BC will find the head of Pojo, man. That's going to be the first kill of round number 2.
Yeah, that was just, again, that patience coming out from both of these teams is really just waiting till you know what's going to happen happens.
Now Adam is tucked away inside of the closet. He's going to get NVK in the trade, then go back into the middle, or into the CEO office, and it looks as though we might see Chala trying to look his way in here.
This dynamic duo coming out from Adam and Chala has got to put in some work as Canadian takes down Adam. Even more so falls onto Chala.
And there is Min sweeping it up with a trade of his own here, and that's looking like we're going to see Chala try to push in from that supply janitor's closet. That was the thermite that got injured, and then got taken out by Min. Looks as though Necrox is about to fall down. There's the headshot. Wonderful job there by Chala. It's a 2-on-3 now, 50 seconds left to go. BC is going to pick up that diffuser, work his way into the janitor's closet, but he sees that there's a lot of rotation holes. And that is one thing that is not good for a Blackbeard, is to have many rotation holes, because there's a lot of ways to look down at to him. And now it looks as though he will try to tag Chala. Chala decides to back on out of that fight with 30 seconds left to go. Min sweeping around here. He's inside of the staff kitchen. We are going to now see Jarvis try to collapse here with BC. BC's moving on over to the top of Skylight Stairwell.
Only 24 seconds left to go. You can see that.
Oh, Chala's going to be inside of the archives here to the right side of BC. He's not going to take this look. I think BC's going to look to his left. No, he will see Chala.
Oh.
No, will he? No, he won't.
He doesn't take the angle.
Oh, there's a good shot there by Chala. Now, last man is going to be inside of archives here. Tries to go back and forth against the death. Jarvis comes out on top, but he's got 2 more to go. And now he's got 3 seconds. He realizes this is not the bomb site. He tried it. He thought it was. He's going to go right into the kitchen. Defenders are going to win the round, and FlipSid comes out of this 2-0.
What a mistake. Was CTM thinking that there was going to be archives that whole round? What was happening there?
We heard your reaction as soon as they chose open area, so I mean, it's very possible.
It's entirely possible. It stands to reason, but some droning. I think that Continuum was aware that it was open area there. I have to imagine. Jarvis trying to go for the plan, and arguably it wouldn't have mattered though. So let's take a little bit of focus away from that. It doesn't really matter. Came down to the last couple seconds. Jarvis would have died as soon as he opened up that wall had he known that it was open area. So that's all beside the point, really. So let's talk about that round. Just elaborating into the Continuum take. Now, obviously, they had a good start there, managing to corner what I believe was Pojo Man in the stock room and getting him off the board. But what could have been a very easy, simple kill actually stretched itself out for a long, long time, and that's due to the Jaeger Bandit roam in the storage room. CEO and conference room. Now that was a fantastic dynamic duo roam between them, and managing to waste quite a lot of time, as well as get the refrags. After the Mira was taken down, you did see Continuum just establish full dominance over the top floor because of that dynamic roam duo that then managed to trade out time and time again.
Yeah, Adam was the Jaeger and Chala was the bandit up top, and I just wanted to call it that originally what was we had learned about the roster changes for FlipSid, and they said they brought Adam back onto FlipSid because they needed a better sentry player. They needed someone to stay on site. And here we are seeing Adam step up his game, roaming off site, above the site, and doing a very nice job of it that last round.
Right, you know, we've talked about it before. All of the players on FlipSid are the type of players that are very dynamic, able to move their roles fluidly, just kind of play whatever their team needs them to play, and they're very well balanced in that regard. You can see CTM, they are on the basement yet again, and this time they have opted to go for a very much heavier anchor game. They do not want to invest all of their players in utility upstairs, as it certainly didn't work out for them the first try.
Now we are going to have Pulse get detected here. That's going to be Canadian. Looks as though Adam looking on down the main stairwell.
I'm curious to see if there are any Continuum roamers right now. Can't quite tell. Doesn't look like there are. Most of the players from Continuum are focused downstairs. In fact, all of them are downstairs, seemingly. Yeah, that fifth player is in the garage. Now, we haven't seen a lot of worth really placed on the garage, whether it be by attackers or defenders, in a long time in Bank meta. And we'll see if that plays into this round, having Jarvis there.
Yeah, the garage push from attackers kind of windowed out once you...
Server control was forfeited, absolutely here. That's interesting.
Now an enemy has been detected outside. That looks like it might have been, there it is, I was gonna say Jarvis coming out of garage. He's gonna try to swing back up top, but it looks as though he's just gonna try to waste some time. Mitten, however, will drop NVK down there, and to believe that was by servers.
That was by the stairs.
Oh, back stairs, yeah, the back stairs. Nice job there.
Okay, so FlipSid, they have the man advantage. They have 50 seconds. That's enough time to make this execution happen, and all they really need to do is waltz on in after these smokes are over and plan.
For the next couple of seconds or so, it's going to be a stalemate here as Pojo Man tries to go for the bait. He's Necrox going to go towards the gas. I want to take a look at Mint and Hot and Cold and see where they are actually holding the flanks down. Because you can see an angle here from Hot and Cold. He's in an elevator hallway looking at the main stairs, and then Mint is an open area, the more typical spot you look for flanks. But as we do have 20 seconds left to go, we're going to go back into the site. Looks like a C4 comes out, and that will down Pojo Man, and that is, unfortunately, the diffuser will fall. Another C4 gets tossed on out. Nade's going to come on down there by Mint, tossed out and towards the red hall. Now Pojo Man will get this plant down most likely. Gas grenades are out of the forfeit here. Looks like Necrox gets the shots on to Mint. Hot tags one down to the Jarvis, but Canadian will get Pojo Man and Chala gets the trade. And we have one man left alive. It's going to be BC after Necrox gets removed by Hot and Cold. A 3-on-1. Now BC is going to be here inside of the red hall. Looks as though Hot's down to about 3 health. 3 health in a dream here, but he's got Adam and Chala to try to fix things up. Chala's going to swing on over, and there's going to be the Blackbeard peeking through the doorway, and that is going to be FlipSid up 3-0 on Continuum's pick here.
What a fantastic round there from both of these teams. I mean, the perfect timing of Continuum's gas canisters and C4s. Absolutely perfect. They didn't double stack anything. They didn't just, hey, throw your gas canister, hey, throw your C4. It was paced. It was timed out. They had it counted for almost every second, and you saw there in the last couple seconds as the diffuser was coming down, the Pulse ran out there, and he was just a millisecond off of denying that diffuse plant, and if he had, it would have absolutely been a Continuum round, but unfortunately, because the diffuse did go down, it meant that FlipSid simply had to wait, and they had the man advantage, so it was their round. These rounds, despite being so decidedly in the favor of FlipSid right now in a 3-0 lead, very significant there, are, apart from the first one, of course, very close.
They are, and I mean, so like, that's one of the things that we've been expecting to see. Yes, this could go in a possible 5-0 fashion. I don't think it will, but it could go 5-0, it could go 11 rounds, 6-5, and we could still say the exact same thing about whoever comes out on top. it wasn't an easy victory for either of them.
Oh no, sir. I mean, these have been some grindy rounds so far. Now, FlipSide, they are going to be defending the basement for their second defense of this map. If they're successful here, it will be a 4-0 match point, and that would be quite a shocker. I mean, especially considering this is definitely Continuum's map. I mean, historically, they've had a really good go of Bank.
Now, let's take a look here. The operators for defense are kind of getting a stir up here. We're not seeing the Mira. We're not seeing the Valkyrie. We're not seeing the Bandit.
This is
Three
for the
out
roam
of the top
game.
5 picks that we've just missed.
Yeah, this is for the roam game. You've got that mute for denying information just in general on the roam game. You see the mute jammer right there next to Printer over by the window to the alleyway, as well as the Echo is going to be useful for disruption of that diffuse plant. The same diffuse plant from the server that we just saw FlipSide execute. That Echo drone is going to be able to slow down quite a lot.
They have brought the gas and the Echo together, as well as, like they said, they've got Pulse's C4 in hand, so they do, and Mute C4. So they have almost the same, if not more, denial potential than we saw Continuum have this last time.
Yeah, that'll likely play in. Actually, they've got quite a lot more. I mean, the Echo drone plus the extra C4 is going to help them out a lot.
Now we are nearly halfway done on this round, and CTM still trying to clear out this top floor.
I think Adam's going to
work
get
our way to
pre-fired.
second.
Adam's playing a very dangerous position, and it's liable to get pre-fired here as NVK looks for the angle onto any of the supposed roamers. The reason that it won't get pre-fired, though, is if NVK doesn't use his game sense to pre-fire it, because there's probably no drones that have spotted him out yet.
There's NVK's drone. Looks as though, will it spot him out? He needs to stay put.
Oh!
Good jammer!
That's huge, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so that looks like, I don't know if he's going to get back onto his drone. He might.
It's wasting a lot of time, though.
It is. I mean, this is almost as good as killing him.
Nobody's spotted him out yet. There's been 3 attackers that have droned out the open area, and no one's seen Adam yet.
Now, this is where I think Chala needs to start grabbing the attention of the defender.
I think Jarvis might have spotted. I think Jarvis might have spotted Adam just
now. Continuum pops on in. That's Canadian moves in. The instant trade down. That's Thermite and Mute both off the board. 40 seconds to go, and we still have Adam undetected. NVK's going to be inside of the kitchen. He's got to pick up that diffuser. Jarvis going to come in from elevator hallway. And it looks as though, he sees him, moves on over. Now he might be heard. There's the shot going down. He misses it. Adam! The potato, Adam, the potato. That's not what we needed. Jarvis going to take up that kill, and now he's going to be on top of the drop hatch as we have Mint inside of gold with that heartbeat sensor. A 3-on-4, 15 seconds left to go. FlipSide knows that the push is going to come. They're going to come on down to the drop hatch. NVK, there is Adams' course. We just saw fall on down through, and we are now going to see this engagement happen. 7 seconds left to go, and they are not going to be inside of the site just yet. There's Jarvis. He's going to tag Mint down. Looks like Necrox will finish him down, and we're going to have Mint, or we're going to have the last man alive, Pojo Man, trying to swing on up, and unfortunately, this will likely go into the hands of Continuum. NVK at the top of the stairs. He's going to finish off the down to BC. He's got NVK and Necrox left alive. We did see NVK up top. He's all the way back in servers now, and right here, we are going to see Pojo Man, unfortunately, not come out on top as NVK sweeps him back in the shoulder blade, and that will be Continuum's first round after 4.
So unfortunately, we did see the very first major mistake, let's say, of this entire match. I mean, overall, having Adam, unfortunately, whiff a little bit there and not influence the round in any way whatsoever. He needed to get that kill onto the sledge, onto what I believe was Jarvis, and then hold down open area for just a couple more seconds. And if he had, it would have been a FlipSide victory. But a good clear by Continuum, somewhat. Again, I say somewhat
because they did miss that.
They did miss Adam.
On top of that, though, just talking about team momentum and team mentality, with FlipSide being up 3-0 and Adam knowing that he kind of screwed the pooch there and he didn't do the best job, he missed his targets, that, in this scenario, I bet you they laughed that off and said, I bet you that, oh man, I potatoed again.
Too bad.
Adam, you gone done did it.
Yeah.
But if it were the other way around, if Continuum was up by 3 and Adam pulled the same move, that could definitely cause some negative and improper momentum for FlipSide.
Right, yeah, if it were closer, absolutely. But in this situation, FlipSide has got to be feeling really dandy. We are seeing, again, a Continuum basement defense, and they are similarly to the last time they tried to defend this, particular floor. Heavy anchoring on the site. Not going to be going for that roam game, which they showed us in the first round of this map. Now, the timing from their smoke grenades in C4 last time they were here was impeccable. It was perfect. Unfortunately, what happened is 2 of those C4s didn't kill anybody. And because of that, there really wasn't enough time wasted.
Can you get a C4 toss from where we just saw the mirror windows through the red hallway over into servers, or into the doorway? Can you toss a C4 that far?
The arc, it might be possible with the reinforced wall and the mirror placed as it is, maybe not.
Wasn't sure if like they were kind of going for a double mirror strat,
yeah,
throwing C4 through, kind of like we see in Oregon.
I know you. I'm thinking it's probably for those gas canisters. I mean, you can see Necrox actually playing with that smoke, actually playing on the mirror windows. The C4, meanwhile, is on BC in the vault, and he's likely to throw it just straight from red corridor. However, if there is an angle, I'm sure that one of these teams, I mean, being the amazing teams that they are, know of it.
So we do have Chalice still inside of this electrical room coming in from the alleyway spawn. Adam still trying to clear this out, letting Mint drone ahead of him, which, again, as successful as we've seen Jackal be, and as important as we've seen him be on Bank, it's still proper to have someone drone ahead for you.
Yeah, his ability unfortunately doesn't make you all knowing, so you gotta make sure everything is nice and clear. You can see the mirror windows are being prepped open as those drop downs get opened up, and that's gonna be Necrox waiting to stall out this round. He does still have all 3 gas canisters. And there hasn't been any challenge under the server wall yet. With only a minute left to go, this is going to be really tight for FlipSid.
Now we are going to have FlipSid open up this wallway here, which is the typical spot you open up. That way you can turn around, get the plant down. First gas grenade is going to come out. Pojo Man, he's actually going to try to work his way in. It looks as though he's going to get this down. The gas grenade's not going to touch him. He does hear the second one getting tossed on out, I believe. We might have heard a C4 get ripped. There it was. Perfect timing to escape that. Now he's going to try again. Necrox is going to go for a second toss, and that again is going to just barely scratch him. He's going to whiff his nose and try to wipe it off. With 35 seconds to go, they've baited out 2 gas grenades and 1 C4. This is a very nice job here by FlipSid. Pojo Man going yet again, trying to bait out this last gas grenade. He does, but he's going to say, nope, I'm going to go for this plant. A wonderful job, and it looks as though the C4 will not come out because there's no more left on the squad. Canadian will fall here, and we are going to see, no, Pojo Man did pull off yet again.
He was baiting out the second C4.
And there it is. Now it looks as though Canadian and Necrox both going down. Adam picking off another kill with his PDW. A 2-on-4. As we have Hot and Cold getting picked off by NVK. Now Diffuser does go down. Pojo Man, Adam, and Chalo are going to try to hold down the fort. NVK going around for the rotation. He came up the back main stairs. He's now on top. There's no one inside of the site, so unfortunately, his upper ground will not be beneficial to him. Pojo Man's got to turn around and look for the flank, though, because NVK is swinging around. Jarvis, however, is going to be moving around as well. Pojo Man tries to challenge NVK, and unfortunately, he will lose the fight. Now it is up to the remaining 2 attackers to hold this down for another 15 seconds. Adam will fall. No, Chalo's going to go. Last Adam also gets injured. He's going to go down. It looks like Diffuser will potentially get destroyed here. He's got about 2 hits left to go. 1 more hit, and could he get it? Here it goes. No, the defenders are going to win it. They destroy it in time. NVK grabs it, and that is going to be CTM winning this round. It is now, I believe, 3-2.
What a clutch there from NVK to come for that flank, get the 2 kills that were necessary, and then his teammate came in for the 3rd down, but then he's still walking around. He can still get still disable the diffuser. What a fantastic round from him. That was through and through FlipSid's round. But
it was.
But just a fantastic clutch from Continuum.
So we saw previously, we took a look at where Mint and Hot and Cold were watching the flanks. We saw Mint previously in open area, Hot and Cold in elevator hallway. But when Pojo Man was the quote-unquote flank watcher and he was already down in server, there's not much more you can do than be in the standard server stairs look, or server stairs flank watch, which is where NVK was instinctively expecting him to be. And I think that's why Pojo Man lost that, because even if he didn't challenge, NVK was going to pre-fire down those stairs and likely win that engagement.
Yeah, there's a couple of other ways Pojo Man could have played that, but it's, you know, you can't put it all on him, to be honest, that they lost that match.
Oh, no. I'm not. I'm saying with the flank watching, though.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is it really just comes down to NVK got the gunplay down and managed to pick apart that FlipSid hold. And you know, with only 3 players, FlipSid cannot cover all the angles. Now, what's really interesting about this round, however, is that FlipSid defending the tellers have opened up that tellers wall towards towards Elevators Hall in its entirety. They haven't made it rotatable, let's say. You can't go through it, but they've made it a complete kill wall.
Now we are going to see bomb site for FlipSid go to their 3rd attempt here, and it's going to be inside of the archives and tellers line.
A really interesting hold from FlipSid.
Looking like they're going with a 3-2 split. Adam, Mint, and Chalo going to be top side, as Hot and Pojo both going to be inside of archives.
Yeah, but they're fully invested when it comes to the site hold. It's seemingly in the B-bomb site, as they've left one A-wall unreinforced, and the other one they've straight up opened.
Maybe that's just reading into CTM, because we've seen FlipSid as well as CTM, the majority of their team spawning in alley.
It's just interesting. It's so one-sided, but we'll see if it works for them here. And I think you might be right. It just really comes down to reading into CTM. Continuum is going to start to try and take that northeast control with these scares.
Uh-oh. Is that going to be... I'm trying to take a look here. Looks like Chalo will get picked off by Canadian.
That's from the skylight, looks like.
Now NVK's going to be moving forward, picks off Adam as he swings on out of the elevator. That elevator is definitely a kill box unless you're going to open up that drop hatch, but seeing as how you're a Jaeger, you don't have any utility to do that.
And so FlipSid, they're looking like they're at a severe disadvantage here as Continuum are starting to establish complete control around the bomb site on each and every corner.
Now this is going to come down to what will get this in FlipSid's favor are 2 very well-placed C4s. You've got Mint, who's actually already used his, so unfortunately that's going to be one off the board. And when Pojo Man may have used his already, we'll have to stay tuned and see. Mint will fall to Necrox, and it looks like it might be a flawless round for CTM as Pojo and Hot and Cold going to try to hold down the fort. They now know, Pojo knows that one's going to be here on the left side. Going to try to pre-fire this, snags the headshot, then moves on forward. That's also Diffuser that's fallen down inside of the admin office. He's got the ability to hold this because right above him there's no openings, so he could easily use his heartbeat sensor to his favor. Necrox is going to drone him out here behind the closet, or behind the desk, and it looks as though he's going to navigate back on out. But he's got to be cautious because right above him there are still players. You've got Jarvis still trying to open it up. Looks like more shots going to fly out from Pojo Man. Now the good thing about this UMP is that it doesn't have a lot of recoil. So you saw him tag that headshot on the Canadian. He can do the same thing here to Necrox and potentially NVK. Necrox going to be taken down by the gas, and it looks like a trade from BC as he moved on into the tellers line. Hot and Cold doesn't realize his back's exposed. To his left side is going to be Jarvis. He gets taken down, a 3-on-2. They're 3-on-1 now. Goes for the shots there onto the Blackbeard and will not come out on top. BC will win this round. It's now 3-3 here after round 6.
A valiant effort from FlipSid in that 3 versus 5, but Continuum had already established too much control and already put themselves in too much of a man advantage early on that it wasn't really enough. Now a 3-0 lead has been blown by FlipSid Tactics to bring it to this point. Teller's office will be our next defense from Continuum. And that last round was really just to cut and dry, clear of the top floor down into the, establishing full control over the roam game. Then, all right, now we've won, we've killed all the roamers. We have control of the, we know that the last 3 defenders are on the bomb site. And we can just kind of push in from all the different angles all at once. And that's exactly what happened in Continuum.
Now this is FlipSid reading into CTM yet again, picking that fuse play. Realizing that, okay, what is the typical second choice of a bomb site after a team's one downstairs? It's going to be going into admin and archives, or tellers and archives. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. And that's what Pojo Man is bringing that fuse for. Once they take control of that top floor to just annihilate one of the 2 bomb sites.
Yeah, the only place they could go that would really make Fuse not especially useful, I guess, is CEO. And we don't typically see CEO played whatsoever due to the fact that it is so very exposed to that garage angle. If you sit a glass on top of garage, he can open up the castle barricades that you might put in a position to try and stop that angle, and just wreak havoc on any of the anchors.
So I believe we've only seen the top 4 hold once this season, and that was actually with, not Mercedes Gaming, Nox Gaming.
Yeah.
Nox Gaming, that was their one successful defensive round
it was
because they tried all 4. I remember this was the first play day for Latin America.
Yeah. They tried all 4, and unfortunately they only managed to make the top floor work, which is the abnormal sight, to say the least. You see this angle from BC, going to be doing that double mirror window inside the storage room of the top floor. This is, it's an interesting double mirror. I mean, we don't usually see this quite often at all. We'll just say at all, because we don't see bank played very much, and yeah.
Now we did spot Adam decide to rotate off of the rooftop, go in through garage. So he's working his way in through there, with likely to be undetected. But that was one of the things.
I like this angle here that's been opened up by Mint onto that hallway. That's going to be giving the angle to Chala, the repelling Blackbeard, outside the building. And he has full control over that entire top floor hallway. I mean, look at that. It's a good angle. It's been around for a long time, but we see it very much underutilized because we don't really see bank played very often, and more to the point, we don't see much upstairs presence usually coming in for the defenders, which in this instance we do. It's going to be BC. Now he's going to be struggling to hold on to his control here as the mirror windows get opened up. He will fall back downstairs.
Yeah, but so as he vacates, Mint's going to take full advantage of that, try to move in forward. Now he might spot Necrox. No, Necrox going to stay behind that reinforced wall. BC actually dropped all the way downstairs to the basement, so he might be encountering with Adam here shortly. But Pojoman does have his fuse charge ready to go. He's going to move on over here. It looks as though, depending on where those fuse charges goes down, you can definitely determine where they're going to push in from. So this is going to be on that A site. The first one teller looks like ADSs will prevent some of the fuse charges from going. However, it does destroy some of that entry barbed wire.
That's going to be a really good fuse charge. Not getting a kill is not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, Jarvis might eat this one here in the foot. No, it doesn't.
There's that RNG factor of those fuse grenades, kind of going wherever they please. Working for the favor of CTM here.
Now it looks like a double down has happened between Canadian and Adam. Canadian looking on up through the drop hatch there by Tellers.
Ooh, this flank from MVK could be the end of the round if he's successful.
Pojoman knows he's up here. He tried engaging him a little bit earlier, but I don't know if he knows he moved all the way to Janitor's closet. He doesn't. Pojoman will be head tapped there, and he'll go down. Now it looks like another shot there by Jarvis. He picks off one. However, a team kill with a fuse charge will down and finish off hot and cold. Chala's trying to get this back into his favor here with 1 second left to go. The charge will not go down. The diffuser will not go down, and we will have round 7 go to the hands of CTM.
A little bit of a throw there from FlipSid, spending a little bit too much time on their roam clear, and then unfortunately not holding their flank from Square's Skylight. We had NVK come up at just the perfect moment to take out Fuse, and then more importantly, the Fuse charge coming onto the teammates there from FlipSid. That really did put a kind of ended that push altogether. Yeah,
I think that team kill may have happened because I think one of the fuse charges may have been stuck in the floor, because I don't believe any members from FlipSid actually made it into the bomb site. It's possible.
It was. I mean, I think it could have been that. I don't know if it was. I thought it was only Fuse at the top floor, but whatever the case be, the team kill came in, and regardless of circumstance, that really put a hamper on the momentum coming out from FlipSid into their push there. And then after that, there really wasn't enough time and enough people to cover the angle. So FlipSid was like, all right, we really can't do this defuse plant. So let's gonna push in for the kills, and yeah, it's not gonna happen there.
So this is gonna be match point on the first map here in favor of Continuum. FlipSid started up in a 3-0 victory, and Continuum decided to answer with their own 4-0 right now.
Well, aside from the first round, of course, those other 2 rounds that FlipSid had won were very close, and now we're seeing them be equally close, but just in the favor of Continuum. I mean, we talked about how this is going to be a slugfest. Neither of these teams, Continuum nor FlipSid Tactics, are pushover squads, and it's really shining through here. Now it is going to be FlipSid on the defense of this open area yet again. This was their first defense, and a very successful one at that. Will they be able to bring themselves to overtime, or will Continuum walk away with this in a 5-3?
Now, I know Pojoman doesn't necessarily know that CTM is up here in the skylight. What all he really had to do was open up the one shot of the window, punch it once, he'll see both Canadian and NVK. But we do see the wall here from Skylight going opened into the CEO office. And that's going to thwart a little bit of of power that FlipSid was trying to keep on in. But we will see Adam get detected and then removed from play here by BC. Wonderful pre-fire.
Yeah, so that's just really good aggression there from Continuum, and it might not seem like much, really, the fact that Continuum has a one-man advantage here, but they've spent so little time getting it. Oh, wow!
Wonderful pick there by Pojo, man.
That was completely unexpected for Necrox there, and it was a good trade back there for FlipSid. But again, the time is so much in the favor of Continuum. They've established an entire top floor's control aside from Jojo Man. However, Chala is going to keep that momentum, or shift that momentum back in the favor of FlipSid with a nice kill onto what I believe was Canadian.
Now, they can give up top floor control because...
and they have. Pojo Man's fallen back.
Pojo Man has fallen back, so now
Chala?
it's a 4-on-3, and it looks as though all 4 defenders... No, you've got a 2-on-2.
He's in the basement.
He's on the south stairs. Looks like Jarvis might spot him out or at least hear him. Jarvis going to be in first floor elevator hallway. Now BC will try to get man count back into odds here, or in fact into evens as Hot and Cold will get taken out of commission. C4 is going to get tossed on up and miss its target. However, BC did take quite a beating before he was able to get his last victim.
The important kill here is Necrox being taken out by Pojo earlier. That means that none of the drop downs are going to be opened up that weren't already by the defenders. So the attackers have a lot less to work with here, even though they have top floor control.
Now Jarvis did spot out Chala, so there's going to be a pre-nade going down, but Chala's already moved off-site, and therefore he won't get tagged. NVK's looking like he's going to drop on in. I don't think Pojo Man knows it just yet. He might have heard him drop, but NVK one little step, and he could go down the hatch. But Pojo Man did definitely hear that, so he's going to try to pre-fire this, and it looks as though he's going to just be prone right under the desk there. NVK knows someone's there, but I think we have Pojo Man taking the upper hand with 13 seconds left to go. Couple shots going to go to the side of the Ash, and it looks as though now we're going to see a little push. Diffuser gets planted, however, and BC and Jarvis and BC going to get this 3-man clutch. What a round. CTM going to just close it out 5-3.
5 rounds in a row from Continuum. What a map. It was seeming like FlipSid were going to walk away with it, and then suddenly gear shift, Continuum winning the rounds they really needed to win to bring it back. And that last round was fantastic. I mean, it looked like, okay, in the beginning it was definitely in the favor of Continuum. The fact that they had control over CEO so early on with still 2 minutes in the round, that was huge. That was huge because last time, if you recall, let's take a look at some of the highlights. Last time, if you recall, on that particular map, we had a situation where Continuum, or on that particular round, we had a situation where Continuum, they spent so much time trying to clear out those roamers and also traded out with those players that it ended up being a FlipSid win just because of the time.
Yep.
And in this instance, because they got control so fast, despite the fact they lost their Hibana and couldn't open up the reinforced drop downs, they could just kind of drop down the one that was available to them, establish a crossfire to deny the defenders from stopping the defuse plant and just plant and win the round. I mean, it was fantastic.
Now, we've seen Continuum.
Oh, there's that potato.
We've seen Continuum come back time and time again. We saw it last season against Elevate. They were down 4-0 in Cafe. They brought it back 6-4. They were down 3-0 here in Bank. They brought it back 5-3. So I think it comes down to the fact that, especially this season with the addition of BC on the team, as Canadian has said, it's allowed for a lot of additional counter-shredding, a lot of additional mid-game analysis.
Yeah.
And I think that is what caused them to give them the back, or give them the rounds back and get them back in this game.
There was also just a lot of really solid individual play. I mean, the first round, I believe it was, that Continuum managed to win was their defense. Or no.
It was the attack round because Adam was unfortunately
their
just
second round,
tossing
I
potatoes.
believe, whatever the case be. Those potatoes. That was unfortunate from Adam. But when it was MVK getting on that flank of the top floor, that's just somebody saying, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flank. I'm gonna make it happen now because I trust my teammates to hold the site without me. And if it weren't for that flank, we could have even seen something completely different happen in that round. So, I mean, there's a lot of instances of just one player stepping it up.
Now, we are going to move into our second map in this best-of-3 series. It's going to be played on the only Coastline. The first time we're seeing it here in the North American scene during Season 2. Let's take a look at how this is going to unfold.
I think this actually might be the first time this season, aside from maybe the Latin American scene, if I'm correct. But it is a map that really does not see very much play in the Pro League right now, as it is the most recent addition to this map pool. There's not a lot of teams that are practiced here. They're really, the majority of squads are, they don't spend the time to learn this map. I mean, I know a couple teams like Penta, for example, are ready to go on all 9 of the maps in the pool, but that isn't how a lot of, you know, it's not how Continuum or FlipSid operate. They need to go into a map having a full, deep understanding and knowledge of it. And FlipSid's that team, given that they were the ones who let this slide through the ban phase and then later picked the map, FlipSid's the team that they have put in the practice on this map, and I cannot wait to see what it shows forth here.
See, I think the reason that newer maps are not picked right off the get-go is not necessarily because teams don't know how to play them, but more so they don't know how other teams are going to play them. And there's no quote-unquote strict meta or standard meta for it yet. So you don't know what are the bomb sites going to be chosen. So how do you prepare for all 4 bomb sites?
Right, I mean, that's how meta evolves, is you go and you scrim, and then you strategize based upon how the enemy team was conducting themselves in said scrim in a dry run, and then you go and you do it again and repeat, 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 repeat. And there just hasn't been much of that on Coastline. And then obviously, we'll see what FlipSid's managed to get done here in their scrims and dry runs on this map and how prepared they are.
Now we are going to see a 3-2 split come out of here from CTM. Looks like we're going to have a 3 men up top. The Rook is going to come out of the woodworks here instead of some other operators like we've seen before, Pulse or Bandit or any of the like.
Yeah, the light meta being shoved to the side, I guess, here for Jarvis, and that's really interesting. Shala's going to take out NVK. NVK on that hard roam all the way over in the south hallway. That's going to be him off the board without any real useful play being put into this round. And NVK being one of those players that is kind of an impact fragger for his team, that's pretty big. Also, more importantly, there's still 2 minutes just about for, oh wow, the C4 is
tossed out. Chala's going to dodge that. And he tries to go for the shots around to BC, but BC's like, I'm going to tag him down instead. Pojo Man, though, going to throw in a flashbang. Looks as though he will be blind, so will Jarvis. Pojo picks off 1, and it looks as though Chala's still going to be injured, but he's going to crawl his way down the stairs. Canadian, however, will pick up that kill. Then get traded down by Mint. It's a 2-on-4 now. Now Pojo Man's still looking around. Looks as though Jarvis
got on his drone.
What's he going to do? Pojo Man's going to fall and drop Diffuser. Now Adam is going to look on close there, goes for the shots there onto Jarvis, misses yet again, trying to get Necrox in the crossfire. Hot and Cold's going to swing in loud and clear, tag down 1. Mick comes up hard with the other, and that's going to be round 1 going to FlipSid.
I love the attack strat there from a FlipSid. It's simple. Let's take control of the main lobby stairwell and the south hallway, and then open up the south wall of the bomb site, and then just pick apart the defenders 1 by 1. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. On this particular bomb site, you usually see the attackers come from VIP and start to push their way in through the drop down, the big window of the B bomb site, and then try to, take the defenders out 1 by 1. And where they end up anchoring themselves onto is that south bomb site, that southmost bomb site. And I say southmost because I actually can't remember which one's A, which one's B. We don't see this map played. And, that's great reading into it there from FlipSid, understanding where it is that we're going to see the defenders anchor from and just saying, hey, we're going to go here instead. We're just going to go to the root of the problem and finish it off. And that was a great clear there from FlipSid. Now, Continuum are going to be on attack, and FlipSid are going to be defending for their first round. And also, this is not a bomb site we're used to seeing on the first defense. When I say used to, ladies and gentlemen, we're still keeping in mind we're playing on Coastline. So used to is a null factor, but at the same time, here we have it, kitchen and storage.
Now that is also something you don't typically see. We just saw Hot and Cold open up the south wall of kitchen all the way into the hallway. Typically you see everyone reinforce that. This, I believe, is so that they can play offsite, almost like a we'll say a cafe, mining room, and fireplace.
This is similar to the top floor, how everyone anchors in where you see Adam playing if they're defending upstairs. On this particular bomb site, usually you'll see the anchor coming into the B bomb site instead. In this instance, it's going to be just that. FlipSid in that B bomb site, they'll be able to hold the A bomb site from B and also from just the roam game like you were talking about.
Now this is a very dangerous angle that FlipSid might be caught off guard with. BC's going to be here at that drone hole. It's a well-known spot, but a very difficult one to contest if you're a defender.
Yeah, I mean, if the guy doesn't have a shield in front of his face, usually you can contest it, but it's, like you said, it's a challenge. You got to get the pre-fire just right. And now, flip side, they're going to be holding fast here in this defense. Continuum, we're going to be pressuring on to B, and I think that's the right read here for this situation as the A-bomb sites opened up almost entirely. There's going to be so much roam game coming up from flip side that if you wanted to go into A as an attacker, you'd have to clear out the entire map. So pressuring to B is the right call. However, they are going to have to contest with C4s, two, in matter of fact, from the Mira and the Pulse, and then the smoke grenades coming out from Hot and Cold.
Good little peek there by Hot and Cold, able to get rid of one shield of Blackbeard and just make him skedaddle out of there. He's going to move on over to the window now.
Yeah. Mint has been taken out, though, from Canadian. That's one C4.
Is that the iron sights on
yeah, it's
Hibana's
a little bit weird, but I mean, it works, technically speaking. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's similar to, you know, banded iron sights. It's still viable. Bullets come out of your gun. Mint's going to kill off Pojo Man and Hot and Cold. Oh, sorry, that's
traded
NDK,
on
rather.
down there here by Adam. Now we're going to have a 3-on-1 here, 4-on-1 as Necrox gets injured. Chala's going to be the last man alive. He's going to try to tag down BC. Looks as though he didn't injure them, but he did move him down to about one bullet down away. Necrox is going to get picked on up as the fuser gets planted here by Canadian. Jarvis still here at full health with the sledgehammer in hand. Now he's going to go, oh, little head tap there. Wonderful job by Chala. Now Necrox is not going to get picked back up. BC is going to stay stationary with 5 health. Oh, there we go. Now Necrox will get removed or will get picked up. A 3-on-1. Chala still lots of bullets in his gun, ready to go. Canadian on the soft wall here on the other side. If he gives away too much information, he could die, but no, BC will be covering his flank and tag the kill.
Good hold there from BC, playing as passively as he can on that angle. Good read as well. Nice try there by FlipSid. Like the defense idea, but unfortunately they just lost the fights, and because of that, we do have Continuum winning their first round of Coastline. Now FlipSid going back onto attack, and Continuum back onto defense.
They're going to go back to their previous bomb site, again trying to, I would say, set up a very similar style. I didn't see necessarily anything inherently wrong, other than the fact they didn't have a bandit, which it looks like they're bringing now.
I think we're going to have a little bit of a shift. I think maybe one of the mural windows will be taken off of the inward-facing wall and put towards the southmost wall of that southmost bomb site. But we'll see how it is. Yeah, that's the A bomb site. We'll see how it is Continuum choose to set themselves up here.
Yeah, when they brought Jarvis on the Rook, they put Canadian, I believe, on the Valkyrie. And that forewent any bandit or mute that they could have brought, which is how easily the wall got opened up by Pojo.
I mean, we do have a Thatcher technically coming from FlipSid, but it's obviously, yeah, having the bandits is going to slow down that thermite quite a lot. And it might even force them to use Hibana charges. And when you're using Hibana charges to open up walls like that, it really is not going to get you as much control.
Mm-hmm. Now we are going to see.
Yeah, there's that rotation of the mirror window.
Yep.
That's gonna allow anybody to play from the doorway of the A bomb site and try to challenge, contest anyone who's coming from those the south stairwell. And it's going to be again another FlipSid take into the south, just trying to make the same amount of pressure they got in the first round. I like this attack.
And there's going to be one EMP going out. I believe that would have gotten 2 or 3 charges here. Hot and Cold, however, finding a little nifty spot beneath the fences.
He's going to go ahead and jungle gym his way up onto the roof, and then from here he can drop onto the balcony outside of the B-bomb site, and then you can run from this balcony straight through that window into the B-bomb site. You don't have to rappel at all. It's a nice nifty little spot.
We are going to see Pojo Man try to open up this wall yet again. Another EMP going out. However, the EMP did not tag the bandit battery. Now, Canadian is going to be actively swapping here, trying to get Pojo Man down. That's going to be the last of the EMPs. And it's going to try to open up. Canadian will tag that down, and unfortunately, it does not look like the window's going to get, or the wall gets opened up.
Yeah, Canadian with a nice bandit trick there, taking out both of the thermite charges. Well played to him. Unfortunately, Mint with some bad Thatcher batteries. They did bounce off the wall and kind of, well, they didn't get the batteries.
That's one of the issues that happens when you just throw them up through the window without actually trying to place them.
Yeah, you got to aim those batteries, man. Jarvis is going to take out Adam now, and we are going to have a 4-on-5 in the favor of Continuum with only a minute to go, and both thermite charges now, their entire strategy is thrown out the window.
They can salvage this, though, because there is only one wall that's been banded, so they can Hibana it, which it looks like they will be doing. So they're still going to go for that A push. However, there are 3 CTM members all face this way, one after one another here, going to hot and cold. Now, Canadian's going to tuck himself into the corner, play the closer angle as Necrox comes up and drags the shots down to the Pojo Man. NVK will get traded out by Hot. Now we are going to have I'm going to say a crawl-through hole. I don't even know if that's big enough to go through, but Hot and Cold's going to try to tag this down. Canadian will be there to throw a couple bullets into his booty, and now it's a 1 on 3. As Hot's going to be the last man alive with 1 health and a dream, and a little tap there by Canadian will drop him down. There was a team kill by Hot and Cold onto Mint.
I think Hot and Cold freaking out just a little bit too much there.
Hot thought he was the last man alive, he says.
Oh, no. Feels freaking
So that
bad,
is
man.
going to be 2 team kills for FlipSid. 1 previously with the fuse on Bank.
Yeah.
1 this time around on Coastline.
It just seems like Continuum are a little bit more on point today. I mean, aside from that, there's been a couple more mistakes coming out from FlipSid. Just to emphasize one in that last round, those Thatcher grenades not hitting their target, not clearing out those batteries, that is huge.
So previously, now these players know better, but previously, before Thatcher got a little bit of a nerf, his Thatcher grenades could clear out an entire room.
Yeah.
Like
more than one room.
All right,
more than one room.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
There used to be a spot on Hereford base that if you tossed a Thatcher grenade, you could get the top floor, the 4th floor camera, the 2nd floor camera, and the 3rd floor camera. You could get all cameras in Hereford base except for the bottom one inside of lockers with a single Thatcher grenade.
Yeah, it used to be like 10 feet in every direction or something like that. It was crazy, the range that his Thatcher grenades had. And he did obviously see a bit very heavy nerf in that regard. I think it's not nearly as much distance these days. I think it's about 5 feet, but in every direction. But it's still very useful.
It is, and
you just have to aim them.
You have to aim them now. You have to be more precise with where you're going to put them.
And unfortunately, Mint just kind of threw them up through those windows. That's reminiscent of the ways it used to be able to play Thatcher. Is you actually used to be like, hey, you know what? I want to clear out this general area. I'm just gonna throw it over there. And that would work, and it doesn't anymore, unfortunately.
I'm just going to take out all bandit batteries, all mute jammers, all ADSs with a single E.
Yeah, it was good days back in the old Thatcher meta. He's still very useful though, as we talked about. And here we have even Twitch coming up from CTM to supplement that Thatcher play and get rid of even more electronics and gadgets in general for the defenders. We do not have a thermite for CTM. But we do have a Hibana, so there will be enough breaching potential. It's going to be the same defended side, I believe, from FlipSid.
Now, Adam is being spotted out by numerous drones here, and it looks as though he's just trying to play a little bit of a waiting game. Minton does have his yokai in a very peculiar position, and it might be placed good. However, the C4 tossed out from Pojo Man will finish off Jarvis in what we earlier called, I think, the Hell's Bathroom here, something like that.
Yeah, that was from below. You could see those gaps in the floor there. Pojo Man utilizing information from his teammates to get that knowledge that, hey, there's someone in there, just toss your grenade. Adam's going to take out NVK through this nice little pixel angle. Love this onto the trophy hallway. Now it's looking like all pressure's on CTM in this 3 versus 5.
Now, the one thing that they don't have is any barbed wire preventing a quick push in, but as we saw, the wall got opened up, so BC's still going to have his ability to get in here. Looks as though BC will tag down Adam, who did have that pixel angle we saw looking through the crouch and the shelf, or the couch and the shelving unit.
BC has lost one of his 3 lives though, so, and a lot of HP at that. So if one of the defenders simply shoots at his torso, he will die.
Now we are going to have a 4-on-3 pursuit. Mint just saw 1 member top floor in the roof, which is going to be that Necrox. Canadian and BC are still here, so we are going to have still some skirmishes underway. Canadian working his way down the Cool Vibe stairs. Looks as though Mint's drone finally gets spotted out, and Canadian's going to back on up.
Mint's got to be careful not to make any noise here. He has a 3 armor. He's pots and pans and we are going to have Canadian challenge onto him.
Ooh, and now Canadian threw in one flashbang. He's going to toss another one. Mint will go down. Bye, Mint. You are now gone.
Feels bad, man.
There it is. Later, nerd. However, the trade from Chala to take out Canadian. A wonderful trade there. Now we are going to have BC still trying to swarm in here from Sunrise Bar. He's going to move to the side. He's got to look, though. Chala has a very good flank opportunity. Necrox just needs to hold still. He doesn't. He can't hold still. He's got to move forward. Chala had to hold still, but it looks as though he's going to stay there. Necrox moving on out. They're going to have to jump into the window, but guess what? The gas grenade's going to be there, and Necrox will have to bite the dust. Diffuser falls. Round will go to FlipSid.
Operators, you have run out
An excellent defense from a FlipSid. Unfortunately, Continuum reading into the wrong book there and going for the other bomb site as contrasted to what they did their previous time addressing this particular site. And it didn't work out for them. They're trying to take control of the top floor, then push into A, and that's just not the way to handle that situation. I really did like the way that they went to the B bomb site on that last time they went there. They were attacking the same exact bomb site, that kitchen and storage room. That worked so well into countering how FlipSid was holding it, but unfortunately, just mixing that up did work against Continuum there.
That C4 from, I believe it was Pojo Man, from the bathrooms up into the showers, that reminds me of the same kind of toss that you see on Chalet, from kitchen up through the floor, through the window, onto the balcony of master bedroom.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those really nasty angles that that you don't necessarily expect as an attacker.
Especially on a quote-unquote new map.
Yeah, until it's been used, and now you're gonna see Continuum not necessarily pressure into the shower until they've cleared and they've made sure there's nobody waiting with C4 downstairs.
Now we are going to see the downstairs kitchen and pantry chosen, I believe, right? No, we're going to be inside of the bars. Pink and blue bar, going to be Sunrise Bar. This is going to be the first time we've seen this bomb site this season.
So this is, again, Coastline is one of those maps that it's not really decided which bomb sites are the most defensible yet. The meta has not refined itself necessarily. So we do have a little bit of indecision when it comes to, hey, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And I think that makes a lot of sense. That stands to reason. When it comes to Continuum as well, I have to imagine Continuum hasn't put nearly as much work onto this map as FlipSid has. Considering this is FlipSid's map pick, this is the one that they've clearly wanted to bring Continuum to, in the fact that, well, they went to it in the first place. I mean, you don't go to Coastline unless it's your plan to go to Coastline. So.
But at the same time, Continuum let this slide through the ban phase.
They did.
So
they spent out
have to have
Skyscraper instead.
Yeah.
That was really interesting that they banned Skyscraper instead of Coastline, and I wonder if they wanted to bring it to Coastline, if this was their plan all along and that they were counting on this from FlipSid, or if they just really didn't, they expected FlipSid to ban Coastline. I don't know. Whatever the case be, FlipSid have taken control of the top of the bomb sites very easily at that. There wasn't any contention from Continuum. They weren't trying to hold upstairs at all. Looks like they're going for a very heavy roam hold, and you can see the way they opened up the bomb site earlier in the round, they are relying on these holes being opened. While Adam's going to play into that and jump right downstairs, take out Canadian and Necrox.
Double kill there, taking out Canadian and Necrox. However, he will be traded down by NVK, but a job well done. Mission accomplished there by Adam.
Good play to him there.
Nade's going to get tossed on down, and I believe Mint almost tapped himself there by tossing it down and then running over top of it. But however, NVK here swinging up inside of that first floor hallway. To his right side is going to be BC. Jarvis going to be inside of the B site, inside of the A site, apologies here. And he's looking up through the hatch into Hookah Bar.
Pojo Man's just waiting for that angle, and we will have the plant, I believe, come down behind the B bomb itself.
Now Mint picked off that shot onto Jarvis, as we just saw in the eyesight of Pojo Man. Looks as though Chala swings on up, grabs one kill, and then Pojo smashed down NVK, but not before Chala was traded down.
A nice execution there from a FlipSid Tactics, reading into the defense of Continuum. I love the way that both of these teams really do have a deep understanding of what they're going to be handling when they go onto an assault of these bomb sites. The only wrong call we've seen made so far in this match as far as attacks go is that one we just saw in the previous round from Continuum attacking the seemingly the wrong bomb site of the kitchen instead of the storage room. But now FlipSid saying, okay, well, they've got this whole wall opened up. They clearly want to hold the A bomb site from outside from the main lobby from just those long angles. Let's just go somewhere else. Let's just go to the other bomb site. We don't have to deal with that. And now we are seeing FlipSid tactics going upstairs, I believe for the first time. Yeah, this is their first time at defending this particular bomb site.
They were unsuccessful in their kitchen and pantry the first time. They were successful the second time.
Yep. And
now they're coming upstairs here to the penthouse and theater for their third attempt at a defensive round. Now we are going to see the mute play come out of here by Chala. And I have to bank that that's going to be used, there we see here, inside of the bathroom again to help Pojo Man or whoever it may be playing down here with that C4 toss.
Yeah, and using those, utilizing those angles from below is really probably going to be the icing on the cake here for them, and absolutely necessary. It's going to be Mint right now playing downstairs with his pulse sensor. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of vertical gameplay on this map yet. Not too terribly much. We did see some in the previous round from FlipSid on their attack, and it was really nice. But that's mostly just, again, due to the fact that this map is not very well developed. And I like that we are seeing Chala and Mint both with their C4s below will be trying to hold the whole bomb site, and they can, because the whole almost the entire bomb site, I believe. No, the whole bomb site is destructible from below. They'll be trying to hold it with those C4s.
Oh, Mint is going to be tagged down here by BC.
Oh, no.
It looked like he ran around and then possibly pulled out his heartbeat sensor without thinking about it.
That's going to be actually detrimental to FlipSid's entire hold. The pulse being taken out here. There is no Valkyrie, so no cameras upstairs, which means that there won't be any real serious hold coming out from FlipSid.
Now, Chala has gotten into a little bit of a skirmish. He's, I think, scattered back here into the center. So he is inside of the courtyard.
So
now, this is an area, while it is outside, is not going to force the defenders to be detected. So he's going to stay right here. Hopefully, he'll blend in well enough. Just lounging down. No, he's going to get droned out, and we are going to see some people collapse onto him here momentarily.
So because Continuum took out the pulse earlier on in the round, pretty much FlipSid was like, all right, we're not doing that anymore. We're not trying to hold the site from below. Let's go ahead and move our mute off of that angle and just have him go for a roam, which is smart play. MVK MVK and Jarvis, Continuum as a whole, they have taken control of below the bomb site, and now they have to actually position themselves well enough to push into the bomb site itself. I mean, they don't really have any lanes opened up yet, and now they're just starting to pressure into VIP, opening up that main wall into Master.
And Chala is going to be inside of the hookah lounge, I believe. Oh, he's right outside of the hookah lounge, right by Cool Vibes stairs. Canadian's made his way into the yellow circle couch here. BC's inside of the red hall. Gaskin is going to push him off, though. 50 seconds to go, and we see the floor being opened up. The plant will, however, go down potentially. Adam still trying to cause a little bit of distraction inside of the pool table. Canadian's going to swing on out of here. Looking at the wrong way. Looks like Chala and Adam both go down. Last two alive here for FlipSid. Going to be Hot and Cold and Pojo Man. Now, unfortunately, it's not looking like it's going to go in their favor as Pojo gets taken out here. Hot and Cold's going to be shivering inside of the theater, looking up towards the master bedroom, towards this penthouse. If he hears the diffuser start going down, he'll go for the shots there. However, NVK swings up from behind, and that will be round 6 going to CTM. It's 3-3.
A fantastic clear there from CTM, really reading into that strat. Again, just fully understanding what it is that they need to deal with coming out from FlipSid. Disabling that pulse sensor from below really put a wrench in the plans of FlipSid's hold, as they were unable to utilize their C4. And then after that, it just switched to a full roam game from FlipSid, trying to utilize those angles they had opened up previously in the round, and they did a good job of it, but because they were at such a man disadvantage, just wasn't enough.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
So we're going to have the penthouse and theater go where CTM has decided to choose, which, again, this is their first bomb site, and they were unsuccessful the first time, successful the second. And the biggest difference that allowed them to be successful was the addition of the Bandit. First time they brought Jarvis and brought the Rook. This time, and previously when they won this bomb site, was the Bandit. And we saw that successful Bandit swapping to finish off both thermite charges.
Yeah, that Bandit trick from Canadian was really just next level. The fact that he managed to maintain control over that wall, almost single-handedly won the round. You could distribute it to some poor Thatcher play as well, but that's, you know, Potato, potato. At the same time, both of those factors lined up for Continuum and managed to bring that win in. We are going to see FlipSid. It looks like they're setting themselves up again for a south side take. They're going to start with those south stairs, and then they're going to try and open up that south wall to the A bomb site. Looks like they're also going to clear out from the west side of the building over by Aqua.
Yeah, and I would expect Chala or someone to basically stay on this window, because this is a good window to hold for that flank. But it looks as though they are going to push in. Chala's going to drone out for Ash, who's going to be Adam, trying to move in forward. Now, pool table's getting all cleared out. Same with Aqua, same with the aquarium there. And we are going to see Adam push in. Jarvis.
Look at those 3 drones.
Yeah.
They're a party.
Just all downstairs, just clearing out as much as can be. Kitchen hallway, you got all bars getting cleared out.
I love this efficiency here from FlipSid.
Now, Adam's already managed to clear out Hookah, and he's moving in here. Right on the other side of the wall is going to be Jarvis. Now, it's possible they heard each other, or at least Jarvis may have heard Adam, but there's no need to engage and yell in the circle couch just yet.
Yeah, VIP is a really difficult angle to challenge. There's a lot of open room for the defenders to work with here. Tons of cover as well. Coming from the hallway with no pressure onto that balcony window, it's difficult. However, there is a Thatcher just waiting for the opportunity. As well as Hot and Cold, who will pressure on through the trophy hallway door before Jarvis actually manages to make his way back into the site. Nice, safe and sound.
Chala is going to be on top of this main entrance like we saw Hot and Cold do previously, I believe it was. And it looks as though Jarvis goes down all the way into that stockroom through the drop hatch of the master bedroom.
Looking for that late flank, and that's understandable. As the pressure is mounting, as the attackers start to come their way into VIP lounge instead of the south side, which we've seen them do many times before.
Now we are going to have a standing wall opened up here by Habana. Adam's got to move on over. There's 45 seconds left to go. Looks as though Adam just did a little peek, but turned around too quickly, and he will be taken out of commission here by Canadian.
Got to actually clear the angle, unfortunately, and we will see Adam try to bait it out. And unbeknownst to him, of course, there is a player standing there waiting.
Now Pojo Man's going to have to take the damage to try to get this wall opened up. NVK, however, is here. Now I think he might have destroyed the charge laying down by Pojo. However, he will be down and taken out. Now NVK going to snag a double kill. Can he drag the triple? No, Hot and Cold is there to look on in through Red Hall to finish him off. Now a 2-on-4. Hot and Cold is going to have to get this kill inside of the piano or inside of the pool table. He does. Now he's going to move on forward with a bearing 9 in hand. Chala's going to tag 1 here momentarily. He grabs that shot, a 2-on-2. Diffuser going down. Looks like shot's going to come in. Jarvis missed the C4 kill, and therefore the plant will go down. Now it's a 1-on-2 as Chala has been injured. Hot and Cold's going to be looking for the next rocks. However, the shotgun will win in this instance. We're going to have a little bit of a reload with that SMG-11. And I'm not quite sure who's going to come out on top. Hot and Cold, here's a shot to look to the SMG-11 by Necrox. Will then get this round 1. CTM's going to go up 4-3. This is going to be match point, series point, playoff point, going here for Continuum.
And on the note of all those points that it is, I mean, if FlipSid lose this next round, they're not going to LAN. And FlipSide's been pretty consistent with their LAN attendance in their history, so it'd be quite an upset for them if they are not going to be able to make their way to this particular LAN event. They need to push it into overdrive here and get that over time in order to bring it to that third map.
I mean, we've heard time and time again from the people, from the players and the teams that make it to LAN that, yes, the prize pool is awesome. Yes, playing in front of a crowd is awesome. But the biggest thing that a lot of these players look forward to is actually meeting one another. It's building those relationships. It's meeting the fans.
Dude,
and
we have
ultimately, like,
we have the best after parties after Rainbow Six LANs. Let me tell you, we have the best. I mean, after every play day, I remember the last season, after the first play day, since all the North American teams got first rounded, it was like a little bit of a mini North American party where they all got wasted. It was great.
Mini North American
I wasn't
party
there,
for losing.
but
Gotcha.
I got to hear the tales. The overall party though at the end of after the finals was fantastic.
Dare I say a bittersweet ending? I had to.
It was good but bad. Yeah, it was good.
Listen,
I mean,
guys,
obviously,
bittersweet is a team playing later on this evening.
I was really bummed because I didn't get to make it because I had to cast the next day. I was like, I couldn't just get wasted with everybody. But they had fun. They had fun.
So we are going to be here, like you said, on match point, series point, and ultimately, this is going to be playoff point for Continuum. Now we are getting underway with 2.5 minutes left to go in what could be this final round. FlipSide's going to have to step it up.
Yeah, Continuum, as you can see, starting over in Aqua, trying to start that clear from the southwest, and that makes a lot of sense. That's the farthest stretched area for FlipSide. If they were to have a roamer over here, it would be the most dangerous position to be playing. Continuum obviously is counting on that. Too far away from the bomb site. Actually, exactly as far away from the bomb site as you can get. There is a roam, however, coming out from FlipSide. It will be above the bomb site over by the east side. Like this angle here from Chala, this actually will be predicted. This is, while it seems a little bit surprising, players like Canadian is going to understand that this position is played.
Oh, he's going to peek his head up.
Wow.
He's actually going to tag Canadian down, and that's going to be Diffuser dropping as well
so
in the second floor hallway.
Canadian did read into that, and he did get the angle. He just missed the shot, and Chala now going to be on top with that man advantage.
Well, I mean, even me, I wouldn't be expecting someone to be peeking their head up. Like, if I were to go over there, I'd expect someone to be prone.
Yeah, usually they're going to sit prone, you're right.
Now, NVK and Chala both going to go head-to-head, and looks like NVK is going to come out on top as the Blackberry. That's BC. Will finish off Adam. Now, a 4-on-3, what previously looked like it might have been a FlipSide round. Unfortunately, they're going to be down one man and still 1/3 of the round here.
So, unfortunately, yeah, like you said, that FlipSide roam not really going to work out for them in this round, and now CTM have such a man advantage and control advantage, more importantly, moving forward here, that it's going to be difficult for FlipSide to bring it back.
We still have smoke on the board. We still have the yokai, and so it is very possible.
Right, we even have
if
C4.
FlipSide, we do have the C4. It's very possible that FlipSide can still manage to hold off the plant, but they need to be cautious, and they cannot lose anyone else. Pojo Man is going to take quite a bit of damage. C4 is going to come out, does a little bit more to him, but it does tremendous damage to Jarvis. Now that's going to be the Sledge going down. First gas grenade. I'm sorry, the last gas grenade looks like it might be tossed on out here. However, Hot and Cold will be taken out. The trade comes back here from Mint, though, and this is still looking very good. The yokai looking like it might prevent BC from getting in through. Necrox is actually going to be in sight, trying to go for the plant, and I wonder, will Mint get on in time? No, a wonderful shot there by Pojo Man. Tremendous game sense there. Now the last man alive is going to be BC. This is looking like with 7 rounds left to go, 7 seconds. Pojo Man could get this shot here. Looks like he goes, no, it's not. Can Mint secure
he's got the mirror
it?
window.
He's going to try to go here. He's got the mirror window on the side. Mint's got plenty of time. He's just got to look on the right side. There he goes, and he tags him on down. FlipSide not ready to give this up yet. We're going to overtime on map number 2.
Such a nice try there from BC. A Continuum seemed like they had that round in the bag, but a well-placed C4 and just some good trades back and forth with Continuum, and FlipSide managed to sneak their way into overtime with an excellent defense of that kitchen.
That's so the wall bang we saw from Pojo Man onto the Hibana
pure game sense
was game sense, but it was also practiced, knowing because they didn't shoot.
Yeah,
they didn't open up any of that wall. They kind of baited them out, saying, okay, we know you're not going to plant at the door. You're going to most likely tuck yourself into that corner. Guess what? We already know that we can shoot right through the wall here. And that's exactly what we saw Pojo Man do.
Now overtime starts itself out here. We are going to have Continuum's defense first, FlipSide attack first, and Continuum's going to opt to go for that master bedroom defense again. Might be having a rehost here, ladies and gentlemen.
So with that, we are going to have a rehost. Now, overtime on Coastline between Continuum and FlipSide.
Yep.
I don't think that was in anyone's like fantasy matchup for today right now.
Well, I mean, when it comes to the maps, I think everyone's a little bit surprised. When it comes to these two teams, I think this is a fantasy matchup. I mean,
yes.
Both of these teams, these are two of the best teams of the North American scene going up against each other in a decider match. I mean, that really just emphasizes also the other teams coming out of the group stage who have already made their way into the playoffs, like how incredibly skilled they are.
I mean, thinking about the group. So again, this is the final decider match for Group A. In Group A, we started out with FlipSide and Omen, and then we had Continuum and Excellence. Now, thinking of these 4 teams in Group A, would we have said Excellence is going to be first?
No.
And then FlipSide and Continuum
No.
will be duking it out for
No.
second and third place?
No.
I don't think many people would have thought that.
Everyone would be like, Continuum or FlipSide is going to be first seed.
Yep.
And then Excellence and the other one is going to duke it out for second
Excellence
seed.
and Omen, yeah.
Or, no, not Excellence and Omen. Excellence or FlipSide
yeah.
or Continuum.
Yeah,
whoever's not first. I
Yeah.
mean, what we have here is just insane. But that also, again, it really emphasizes the skill of Excellence, managing to push their way past all of these teams to make their way into that first seed. That was impressive. That was very impressive by them.
Definitely was, and we know that Excellence was able to beat both of these teams. They started out beating Continuum during week 1. Week 3, they came in hard and beat out FlipSide. So, like, what we're seeing here is, like, yes, we've seen Excellence perform well against both of these teams, but another thing you can take away is these two teams, you can see how strong and how powerful they are. And just, you don't even need to know what Excellence did. You just need to know that Excellence beat them, and you're already like, okay, Excellence deserves my respect. There they go.
Right, and they weren't really a team that everyone was like, oh, this is the squad, guys.
They placed 6th, I believe. Last season.
And they're gonna be the ones who are gonna push forward and make their way to the playoffs. But they certainly did, very impressively at that. But ladies and gentlemen, we are FlipSide versus Continuum here. We're going to be getting back underway in just a couple moments. We have everybody in the lobby, and we're loading on into the map. And it is overtime on Coastline. A map we weren't expecting, and the matchup has thus far been very good.
Hot and Cold got my, like I said, we're going to get into the game right now. It's overtime, 4-4. First one to win 2 rounds out of the next 3 are going to win. When we had this interview earlier with Hot and Cold, and he said that there's going to be surprises, I thought, okay, maybe we'll get some Skyscraper, possibly some Bank. What I really thought was going to be operator choices. So let's head on into the game and see those operator choices as we have Continuum on defense, FlipSide on attack. But speaking of operator choices, FlipSide's the team that brought in Blitz during Season 1. FlipSide's also the team that tends to go different bomb sites on different maps. And we're seeing that here. But we aren't necessarily seeing the different operator choices.
FlipSide deviates.
They
deviate, but not extremely. They're not Nox level. Hey, let's go over here. They have a little bit of they just kind of swerve to a little bit to the right or to the left of each and every map, bomb site, or as you said, operator selection.
And I think that goes to show when they look for players that join their team. Like they had to fill spots for Adam and Chala. When they did that, they said, we need players that are flexible. We need players that are variable and are able to play different roles and different operators. I mean, you would have asked me last season, hey, Adam, are you going to be playing Ashe? Are you going to be playing Jaeger? I would have said no. You said you're going to be playing your Rook. You're going to be playing your Doc. You're going to be playing your Mirror. You're going to be playing those on-site anchors. Here, he's playing these 3 speeds to get off-site.
Yeah, and it's really it really is a testament to the versatility of all the players. You're definitely right there. Now, how will FlipSide address this bomb site? Now, the last time they went here, it was to attack from a VIP lounge, and they were unsuccessful. One of the times they were successful was when they tried to attack from the south side, but they've also had, they've had mixed results there. I mean, it's going to be interesting how FlipSide chooses to attack this round.
There it is. Chala's going to get up on this balcony yet again.
So this jump puzzle, this allows you to get onto the roof, where you can drop down onto the balcony outside of the window, where you can pressure quite a lot onto the bomb sites. Get a
without
nice,
being overexposed by repelling.
Yeah, it's a lot safer. Also, it gives you much more versatility, I think, honestly. You can get better angles.
Now, we do have 3 members from CTM inside of that theater, which we've seen previously.
And I talked about this earlier, but like this is when we saw
Oh! Adam! Look at that, baby! Getting that headshot through the Lamborghini doorway in the lobby. That's gonna be bye-bye Jarvis.
No big deal.
No big deal. NBD.
It's just a Valkyrie contest.
It's just Adam. It's just Ashe things.
Adam knows.
Ash things.
Adam knows.
It's just Ashe things.
And then from that, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna shift. Slow it down. We're gonna go into clearing from Aqua, going for that roam clear.
Yeah,
spot
so
out that
very,
MDK.
Very calm gesture. Just gonna move in forward. Now Adam is still going to be outside. He's going to move in forward. Gas grenade, however, is going to force Pojo Man into the site. and I don't think they realize it, so he could go down and plant this charge. He is going to try to go this down. Necroc's going to go for some fight against Mint. Now the plant will go down successfully. No, C4 from underneath. It does not go down. Very nice save. Going to happen by that C4 toss. I don't know where that came from. Canadian, however, will pick up a double kill on a Mint and Pojo Man. Adam will finish off NVK. Now a 2-on-3. And we have Hot and Cold falling to Canadian inside of EIP. Diffuser still not planted, and it's going to be tucked away inside of the theater, inside of the penthouse. Chalice now needs to get off of that rooftop. He's got to give away that angle he had on top of the big door, and he has to help out Adam. They are going to repel on inside. Canadian picks off that kill. That's going to be 3 for him on this round. And could he get the last kill here onto Adam?
Oh.
Adam says no! He's going to move on forward, try to pick up this diffuser. He's going to go for this plant into the corner.
BC's not going to get the rotation!
This slow as a snail slug 1 speed will not get here in time. Plant will go down. BC almost getting a woo! Look at the wall bang! Adam got 1. Could BC get another? 1 bullet from either of these guns onto either of these players will finish them off. This is, again, overtime round. And are we going to see FlipSid come out on top, or are we going to see Continuum? This, again, just have to stay tuned. We've got mere seconds, around 30 seconds to go. Adam looking around the window, looking like he might spot BC, goes for the shot, and down he goes!
Adam!
That is Adam securing this round. That is round number 9 going in favor of FlipSid. They now are up by 1 here. Adam with a 4K, Canadian with a 3. So here, oh, I'm sorry, that was Canadian with a 4K.
Yeah, Canadian with an excellent
2
4K.
4Ks.
Canadian trying to step to Adam, but unfortunately Adam had the support of one of his teammates who got a single frag, managed to make it just so Adam could clutch it out there.
Great job by Adam and Canadian.
Yeah.
But if we also take a look back at the rosters, and we talked about the analytics, anyone on FlipSid can help carry their team and help deliver the package that's needed. If you just have Canadian, he doesn't have the support of the rest of his team sometimes, and that's what we saw with some of the KDs.
Can we take a look at that scoreboard for just one more second? See, you can see Chala there with that 1 kill, that singular kill, and that is the difference between the round win and the round loss. I mean, Adam with fantastic play apart from that, but I mean, you know, Canadian would manage to step 2. It just, unfortunately, no one from Continuum also managed to step 2.
So we are going to have FlipSid go down to their first hold. This is their first hold, which, again, the first time they tried it, were unsuccessful. The second time they tried it, they were successful. And this time, we'll have to see if it's going to go in their favor or go into the hands of Continuum. This is going to be map point, not series point right now, as FlipSid did not win the first map on Bank.
Right, so we do, or FlipSid obviously, I mean, I'm personally hoping that we are going to see a map number 3.
That's going to be on Consulate.
Yeah, if we do see FlipSid win this round, it will be Consulate. But if Continuum manages to bring it back and win the next 2 consecutive rounds, we will see them walk away with a 2-0 win on this series. And that would be
BC taking massive damage, repelling onto this east window.
So did Chala, though. That's going to be a trade back and forth, but honestly, I'd say in the favor of the defenders in that instance, considering that Blackbeard is so heavily reliant on those shields. Now, he's going to be able to be shot in the torso. Meanwhile, the Bandit still got his speed to work with. And he'll die, yeah, both of these players will die into 1 or 2 shots to that torso.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see CTM, they're just trying to clear out that top floor to deny the top-down hold. And they're doing it the same way they've done in the previous attempt here, which was just from the inside of the building instead of trying to pressure from the trophy hallway and shower room, because the time that they did that, it was unsuccessful as the C4s came from below.
Now Adam is going to be droned on out inside of that theater. Some walls shots are going to go in through, not finish him off. However, Chala will be injured. And there's NVK finishing him off. Now Chala, or sorry, that's Adam. He's going to be collapsed upon. More bullets going through the wall, and it looks like NVK, not quite sure where he's being hit from. More shots going through. Adam's going to pick off 1 before he is then traded down.
Oh,
a pistol kill there by Adam. Tremendous job. BC's going to swing it on up. A 3-on-3, but some more C4 from underneath. Mint's going to come up there with that shot down. And now a 3-on-2. Tremendous job here by FlipSid.
Adam should not have been able to get 2 kills from that position, but backed into a corner, he manages it. And now the CTM, who should have had full control and man advantage, if not for Adam, are the ones put into the prickly position.
They're basically licking their wounds right now and saying, how do we salvage this round? With Necrox and Jarvis, the last two alive, they don't have necessarily NVK and Canadian to help them get this win.
And they have to salvage this round, too, because if they don't, we're going to map number 3.
Now, fortunately for CTM, if they don't salvage this round, if they don't win this round,
they've got the buffer.
They do have the buffer. But that's not something you just want to juggle around with.
You don't want to get map number 3. You want to lock it out. You want to be done with this match, and it's going to get into. Oh wow, Necrox didn't see the mirror.
Ooh,
what happened there?
And Pojo Man trying to swing down some shots.
15 seconds to go.
And we also have Jarvis has moved into the corner. Looks like he'll be injured. Last man alive is going to be Necrox. He's inside of that front main lobby. He's going to blind himself just a little bit. Mint's going to go with some shots. He's to the right side. You've also got Jarvis or Necrox to the left. And Mint comes swinging in with a pistol. Wonderful job there by FlipSid. That's going to be map number 2 going into their hands. We are headed to map number 3 going to Consulate. Ladies and gentlemen, what a series this is right now.
Yeah.
What a map. All right, I just want to say that this is what I expect to see when we see new maps come into play. I want to see different bomb sites. I want to see a variety of strats. I want to see a variety of gameplay. And all around, I want to see gameplay just like that.
Yeah, and let's take a look at some of those highlights from that previous match and see what it was that happened to bring it to overtime and have such an incredible Coastline play.
I don't know how they hit these crazy shots. That again was Hot and Cold's team kill, thinking that he was the only man alive, so he's like, hey, someone moved, I'm gonna kill him.
Yep. Accidents happen.
Now there, unfortunately,
bad,
was Mint getting blind and taken out, but the trade by Chalo was tremendous there.
That was a nice play there from Adam, getting that double kill, putting his team in the advantage, which allowed for the round to be locked out afterwards. Reading into that hold from CTM. Nice flank there from NVK, and then Hot and Cold with a valiant effort, but unfortunately he did not manage to win that round.
Nope. Now, the wonderful C4 toss, this actually I think may have hurt Pojo Man just a little bit.
No, it didn't hurt him at all, as far as I can tell.
No, it shielded him. Great cover.
There's
that wonderful wall bang. You can see that the wall was not been touched, so therefore just a clean shot through.
And then BC just did not have enough time in that round.
Located a bomb.
Look at all these highlights. There it is, Adam.
There it is.
Congratulations. You tried to open a doorway. You got a kill.
Congratulations.
And you won the round.
You avoided Battle Eye.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow. But yeah, because of that, if it weren't for that, you could imagine that CTM might have actually won that round as Canadian step 2 with that 4K. What if the Valkyrie hadn't died earlier? You know, what if the Valkyrie had gotten that single kill that was necessary, but it didn't happen?
Speculation, meculation. That was Adam there getting that 4K. So wonderful job there by FlipSid. We are going to head into map number 3, which is going to be played on Consulate. Again, this is the decider map for Group B. Excellence already secured the first seed. This map, or this series, actually this map as well, will decide the second seed. Now the importance of that is the top 2 seeds from Group A go into the playoffs to then try to get their chance to make it to LAN.
Yeah, so there's 2 teams from Group A and 2 teams from Group B, of course, that make their way into the playoffs, and 3 of those 4 teams from the playoffs will get to LAN from North America and Europe. And 2 from the Latin American scene.
Yes.
So there's a 75% chance that you're going to make it, but it's still going to be quite a fight.
It's still, like I said, still
not
be quite a fight.
Bottom player.
You don't want to be that because previously that was
Continuum, I believe.
No, Continuum placed 5th and 6th. That was most
right.
wanted.
They didn't even make it.
That actually was this. That was Excellence. Because Excellence used to be most wanted. Oh no, it was Ominous. Ominous.
Okay.
That's who it was. It was Ominous, and then they disbanded.
Okay.
Rip.
Yeah, that was unfortunate that Ominous disbanded before they got into the season. They actually qualified for the season, but
they did.
Because they disbanded, Omen took their spot from the Challenger League, and they didn't make it into the playoffs. Like they finished already.
4th, yeah, they finished 4th. They unfortunately lost to FlipSid, and then onto Continuum. But long story short, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the 3rd and final map in this series. We're just waiting for the lobby to finish up getting filled in, and then we'll continue on to Consulate. Now, thinking about Coastline and seeing what we saw today between these 2 teams, does that give you hope that we're going to be seeing this more often?
Coastline? No.
No.
No, it doesn't give me hope that we're going to see it more often. I wish that we would, but I think that it was just FlipSid managing to sneak that into the map rotation.
I mean, in
Now
all
the
honesty,
question-
we saw some good strategies from Continuum as well.
No, we saw them from both. No, absolutely. I mean, you can tell that Continuum really have practiced up. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into Consulate. As we load in here, this is the final map of this best of 3, and both of these teams are back against the wall, as both of them are expected to make it to land. This isn't just a case of who's going to make it, who's not. It's a case of, I mean, both of there's so much expectation on both of these teams' shoulders. In that, you know, they've got tons of fans who are really rooting them on here, and the team that doesn't make it is really gonna, you know, it's gonna have a hard go of it. I mean, we saw Continuum last season; they didn't make it to land, and that was a huge shocker to most.
It was, and it wasn't that they didn't just make it to land; they also didn't make it to the playoffs. So that was a big shocker, and I think it'll be a shocker again.
Yeah, they got eliminated
if they don't win this game either.
Yeah, I mean, FlipSid is if there's a team that's gonna take Continuum out, it's gonna be FlipSid, though. Let's be real.
Yep.
Let's see if FlipSide's able to do it, though, or if Continuum's going to be able to push their way forward into their dreams of Cologne, Germany, as they are starting on defense in the basement and FlipSid on attack. Now, in terms of map preference, I have to say this is slightly favored towards Continuum. This is a map that Continuum is individually, the players of Continuum are really comfortable on Consulate.
Agreed. One of the things that I do recall about FlipSid, and bear with me, I think it was during Season 3.
Season 3 of Year 1?
Season 3 of Year 1.
Wow.
We're bringing back the phone books from here. They, FlipSid was actually able to get a plant down with only putting one man into the building. They put one man into the building, got the plant down in corner office, and the rest just repelled outside and got the win. But so they are comfortable on this map as well, which I think is going to be paramount to basically showing that these two teams are meant for each other.
Yeah. These two titans, as they clash here, we are going to see Chala rappelling onto the CEO windows. The Canadian's going to get a nice C4 onto hot and cold, and that's half of the breaching potential gone for FlipSid. That's a really good start there for Continuum. And you can see Continuum, FlipSid, they're just trying to start to clear out these roamers. There's no one on the top floor anymore. But FlipSid is being nice and patient with this, droning everything out as they do.
Ooh.
Adam with some nice push there into the yellow stairway is going to take out Jarvis. Adam has been a star dancing in the moonlight here in this matchup today.
I want to take him to the ball with me one day. He's
Yeah,
got some great dance feet.
I mean, you've seen, obviously, FlipSid have been droning so thoroughly for Adam, and it's allowing Adam to get these kills. But apart from that, he's got the skill to make it happen, and that is just great to see. Canadian doesn't have a C4 anymore, and because of that, he will be somewhat toothless as he holds from the site looking up. All he's going to be able to do is call out information here.
Now,
teammates.
there's only one C4 left. That's going to be BC, but he's going to stay inside of that security room, that middle office. What I'm not seeing yet, though, is I don't believe Garage has been opened up.
Yeah, Pojo Man's taking it nice and slow here, being very patient. As they have cleared out the bandit, they haven't gotten the batteries yet. Because of that, there is a little bit of a wait as Chala moves his way to the yellow stairs doorway. Meanwhile, Adam has Ash charged from above the garage wall and opened it up instead. A little bit safer than peeking Chala onto yellow stairs doorway.
Especially with a shotgun in hand. So it looks like we will have Garage get opened up. They got rid of the mirror window. Actually, no, they didn't. Well, they got rid of it, but got rid of it, but it wasn't destroyed, we'll say. So it's still going to cause a little bit of chaos when they have to get inside.
But only 20 seconds, though.
There are, and there's going to still be 4 attackers and 2 gas grenades left to go. Now we have the shotgun coming out from Necrox onto Mint. That will be taking out the Twitch. Now last gas grenade is going to get tossed on out. Chala's going to be spotted. Looks like Diffuser is going to be dropped down outside of Garage. Chala's going to snag one as Adam nags another. Now a 2-on-2. Still, a headshot there. Can he get the shot down? No!
The
We're going
barbed
to see
wire.
CTM secure this round, which in all reality, with Jaeger right behind the white van, there was no chance that the attackers, that FlipSid was going to get that plant down.
Adam's all like, tried so hard and got so far. Unfortunately, he was not able to push that into another 4K or even an ace.
You know, that's what needs to happen at a Rainbow Six Siege after party, is a karaoke bar.
Oh my gosh, it would be fantastic. Yo, I'm going to push for that after Gamescom. It's happening. It's happening. Now you really don't want to make it to land, FlipSid or Continuum. Now you don't. No, I'm just messing. I'm just messing. All right, we're gonna see FlipSid. They're gonna be going down into the basement, and that's similar to what Continuum just did. A nice defense there from Continuum, by the way. Starting things off really nice with that C4. That well played to Canadian on that roam game. We are seeing FlipSid adopting more of the Latin American strategy here. Gonna be putting that mirror window in the bathroom. Probably gonna be playing a castle as well. Yep, there is a castle, putting down those barricades. And that is going to be indicative of, hey, let's hold the bathroom and the piano room at the same time for as long as we possibly can. And this is just an attempt to maintain that vertical control, so that Continuum has a lot more pressure to push into garage exclusively. And when you're pushing into garage exclusively, it's actually really difficult to make that push happen when you've got to deal with the disruption of the smoke, as well as just C4s.
Yeah, and they're basically, by holding onto this top floor, mitigating the use of Buck, which is Jarvis, and also mitigating the use of Hibana to open up those drop hatches. So that right there, they're trying to take out 40% of the attacking squad. 60 if you want to include Sledge.
I mean, rendering their utility pretty much useless, yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially Buck and Sledge, yeah. Hibana can still kind of help the team. Once you get the garage wall open, you can help by opening up that mirror window that's probably going to be deep in the site. Although I actually don't know if it is. I can't quite tell. But regardless, I mean, you know, they're still going to have their guns.
So Mint going to be tucked around inside a piano here between the two windows. Now, Jarvis is going to be peeking back and forth. BC, however, looking like he's going to possibly go to connector windows. Or, no, there's going to the middle window, looking to the bathroom window.
You can see Mint there playing very aggressively on this piano windows, and Jarvis just trying to contend him from the cement wall.
Now it looks as though Mint and BC are going to go head-to-head. It looks like NVK, however, going to be tagged down here momentarily. Lots of damage being done to him without doing too much to anyone here on FlipSid.
We are seeing Mint being challenged on from BC, and he will come out. BC will come out on top there in that engagement, as we saw Mint try to get the C4 unsuccessfully. Now CTM, wow, a nice peek up there from Adam onto MVK. CTM have partial top floor control, but not really, as Hot and Cold is still in the bathrooms. With a minute to go, they need to get rid of him.
Now Nade's are going to come on in. Necrox are going to try to go for this rush, but it looks as though we're going to see a drop. And that is CTM now taking advantage of this top floor. Necrox will get that kill into Adam after he came on back downstairs to the pipes. They do need to watch for their flanks, though. I don't think anyone's watching Visa, so you do have the potential for someone to move on over. Chala takes massive damage as he goes for the shots, but downs Canadian, and then is traded up by BC.
He did manage to take out one of BC's lives, though. That's one of 3. And then he also lit him up.
Now here we have CTM with 3 attackers. However, 2 are drastically hurt against 2 full-breaded FlipSid defenders.
Oh, but the diffuser is going down.
C4 tries to get tossed out, but misses its target. And that's going to be very unwelcomed here by FlipSid. He tags one down. Looks as though will Pojoman get another. Necrox is going to have to play the waiting game. He's got to play the peek game. Say, is he going for the diffuser? But now this is going to be in the hands here of Jarvis. He's got the angle from above. However, Necrox has been tagged down. Now they will need to toss a C4 up if they can or get a gas grenade out. Jarvis going to feel a couple bullets into his feet, but that's just going to push him off just for a moment as they go over the bush. Will this go? The long arm of the law. It looks like it will happen here. Hot and Cold will snag this down. Wonderful job there. And that's going to be FlipSid securing round 2.
What a round there. Wow, okay, so that should have been through and through a Continuum round as soon as the defuse went down, but because Necrox was so lit outside, unfortunately he got down in 1 shot, and then Jarvis was too preoccupied with the Mira. The smoke was allowed to long arm from the far end of the front of White Van. Oh my gosh, these rounds are too close to count. 1-1 now, as it feels like it's been an eternity on Consulate, as these rounds have come down to the last second every time. And it's neck and neck.
It is neck and neck. We are going to see the IQ play come out, which has been a very common pick by many teams here on Consulate, due to the fact that we see a lot of Valkyrie cameras getting tossed outside.
Yeah, no, we absolutely, and almost every time there's a Valkyrie cam outside, so it stands to reason you're going to see IQ come out at some point. And that's just FlipSid with some good read there, as there is a Jarvis, and he is liable to put that outside camera. First floor coming out for CTM rather than the top floor after successfully defending the basement. I mean, we've said it before, and we will say it almost every time we come to Consulate because it's such a, you know, it's so different in that from every map in that you can defend any site you want. Look, any single one, they're all completely defensible, and that is really just fantastic, isn't it? Just
It is.
now, CTM going to be investing a lot of their utility upstairs in an attempt to slow down this top-down clear that is likely to come from FlipSid, which is what they're setting themselves up here. Ooh! Mint starting things off fantastic there with a kill on a Necrox. Wonder where that was. That was onto
that was the
top of Spiral.
Top of Spiral.
He was just spraying through the hallway bench's windows, and I think he just got a little bit lucky there with a wall bang. Yeah. No, that wasn't a spawn peek at all, I don't think, from the smoke.
It doesn't look like it. I think that might have just been another Adam-like shot through some windows.
Wow. Yeah, it was from Mint, but yeah, no, definitely Adam-like.
I don't know what prune juice they're drinking, but I want some if that's what it's going to do for me. So, I mean, Adam and Mint just showing that they can have tremendous game sense and try to win some rounds for themselves. 2 minutes to go here, though.
Yeah, there's still the chance that Continuum can maintain this round, despite losing that player early on.
Ooh, oh. NBK's going to try to skedaddle on out of that middle kitchenette.
Good cover there from Adam. Now, FlipSid have control over admin. You know, admin. I was like getting tripped up there. I was like, wait a minute. Am I trying to say a player's name? But they have control over admin nonetheless. And that Ash charge right there is actually going to be just to clear out a pre-placed C4. That there, I actually don't know if there was coming from Continuum, but that's when we've been seeing that's very common these days.
Yeah, it was that or just to get rid of the barbed wire. But typically with that barbed wire, you'd have a pre-placed C4.
Yeah.
Underneath. Now, Canadian gonna try to swing that MP7 in favor of his own team to take out 2 kills onto Adam and Hot and Cold. Gets a 3rd one down, and that is Canadian, again, just tremendously coming in full force to swing things back in favor of CTM.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about stepping up, but he does get finally finished off by Ashala, and there's gonna be the Mint likely to pick him up.
Now, the down call was happening, and we're going to see a C4 toss from underneath. Could this be it? No!
Chasing after that kill actually might have cost CTM the round. The C4, likely to be very useful moving forward in the round, is now going to be rendered useless.
They still might have one here on Jarvis. I don't know if he's used his already, but
yeah, he does
have one. However, they're going to have to come downstairs to get this plant down.
Yeah, both of the defenders are in bathroom. We could just have an attacker contest from the drop down as the other one drops down the drop down and plants in the site. And that's likely what we're going to see. Chala's going to stay on this drop down. We're going to see Mint go for the defuse plant.
Yep, and here it is. Now the toss might try to come on out here. They hear the toss. Chala's going to go for the foot. He goes for the shot. Dags one down, and we are going to see BC skedaddle back into the bathroom now. He's got to go through the hallway. He's got to go for the pre-fire up top.
And
he knows he has to go for the shots, but it looks like it won't happen. No, he tags one. Can he get the shot there on the Mint? Mint's going for the play. Can he get the shot? No, Mint! What are you doing? Being so crazy! And that's going to be FlipSid securing round 3.
What an insane clutch from Mint to lock out. Jeez, these rounds. You give me a heart attack. I'm 20 years old and I'm going to get a heart attack.
So this is the only series we're doing tonight, right? No, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first series. We still have a whole nother series of tremendous gameplay right after this match. And it's going to be between Elevate
and
Bittersweet GG, formerly known as Ferocity Esports.
Which, no association with the previous Ferocity Esport that we saw way previous.
Year 1, Season 3.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah, now, with that last round, FlipSid managed to push themselves into a 2-1 lead, a slim lead, but in this matchup, just definitely a monumental lead regardless. So that round should have been through and through FlipSid's. I mean, let's be honest, they cleared out the top.
It should have been FlipSid's.
Yeah, but Canadian, and then after Canadian at the same time, we did see a good comeback there for FlipSid.
I'm so curious as to how Chala, who was I think Chala was Blackbeard,
yes,
was looking down through the drop hatch, lost that fight against Mira. He downed the Valkyrie, or finished off the Valkyrie, whatever it may have been, but
Mint got the kill into the Valkyrie too. He got the fake out on the diffuser.
Yeah, that's what it was. So still, I feel like Mira should have died to Blackbeard. I don't
No,
see...
you're absolutely right. I feel the same way about that. But I guess some good jiggle peeking.
Well, we'll call it jiggle peeking. I don't know how good you can jiggle peek on a 1-speed, but...
He did it, though.
He did
Obviously, Chala just kind of had a little bit of potato patata, but that's okay. You know, it happens to the best of us, ladies and gentlemen. All the same, Mint did really step it up and managed to win that round for his team anyway. Now, Continuum attacking onto... Oh, look at that! I believe...
Admin.
No, it's... well, yeah, they're attacking onto admin. They're trying to clear from the top floor, downstairs, same as always. And it is going to be FlipSid defending from the first floor, again, similar to Continuum. It's been a complete carbon copy of sites defended so far on Consulate.
So CTM working their way. We're watching Jarvis now trying to drone in out from Printer. Moving on towards the middle hallway. Pojo Man, he will be topside inside a corner office. Now he's looking to see if someone's going to be pushing into that projector room, that middle side room by the balcony on the south end of the map. That's actually where we see Hot and Cold right now. Now what FlipSid is doing, they have a 3-1-1 split, which is basically Mint's going to be downstairs in the basement. We've got Hot and Cold main corridor, main bathroom, main floor, and we have Pojo, Adam, and Chala all topside.
Yeah, these topside defenders are going to be trying to stall out the attack from Continuum upstairs as long as possible. The guy on the site, that's going to be the smoke, is going to be just solely responsible for denying an immediate defuse plan. And then the guy downstairs is likely to have a C4 ready to go in the case that, again, someone tries to push into that main lobby to deny that defuse plan via the drops.
Now, you can see the nerves of steel that Adam has. You saw the bullet holes right at the tips of his feet. The bullets are coming in. He knows he's in a safe location, so he doesn't necessarily need to wait or be too anxious, but he has been droned out. So Canadian's going to go for this pre-fire push here. Flashbang's going to come in. Adam knows it's happening. He's going to go for the shots, but he misses, and Canadian comes out on top as Necrox takes out Hot and Cold. That's also going to be the smoke inside of the bathroom. That's main floor. And unfortunately, I don't think the defenders have anyone that's actually on site anymore. Actually, no, Pojo Man has gotten back. Chala's also rotated back on the site. So with that, Continuum might have a tough time trying to get the plant down. However, no, Pojo Man gets removed from play by Canadian. We are going to have a C4 get tossed on out. Canadian already expected it, and he goes for the fake plant. And there is Mint trying to tag one down, but it's still a 4-on-2. Mint's trying to get back to top side, try to get inside before the plant goes down, but nope. That is going to be round here for CTM. Yeah,
it would be an almost impossible comeback here for FlipSid, but they might make it happen. No, Chala's going to get taken out by Canadian. Canadian doesn't know he downed Chala, though, as there are no point notificators in the Pro League settings. Mint's going to be the last defender left alive now as he goes for the
he tags one. Can he tag another? Nope. But there's Jarvis swinging on in, and that's going to be round ending for CTM.
A very clean round for CTM at that. Very, very clean. Look at that. Doesn't even need to open the door first. He knows. He knows. So a clean round for CTM. They cleared out the top floor first. They even applied some pressure to the main floor, getting that smoke off early. And then it was just a simple matter of, hey, okay, we have vertical control. We also have nobody sitting on the site. Let's just go ahead and plant. That's all she wrote, really. Now 2-2. It doesn't look like either of these teams are going to be able to walk away with a serious lead here. And we will have FlipSid going back on to attack and Continuum sticking back down into the basement where they were previously successful. So it's been a complete repeat so far in this map. Both teams have won their basement defense. Both teams have won their first floor attack. Will that pattern continue, or will FlipSid be the first to disrupt it?
Now, we do see Continuum bringing out the Rook again, foregoing the Valkyrie this time instead of foregoing the Bandit. So that's going to give them a lot less visibility, but they also know that, generally speaking, FlipSid brings that IQ. Now, this time they're not, so that mind game is actually going to go in favor of FlipSid this time.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by a Rook instead of a Valkyrie. I feel like a Valkyrie is infinitely more useful in this circumstance, and especially in this meta overall. I can't help but feel like the Rook might be a personal pick. A situation where a player's just like, hey, guys, I really want to play just this guy. I want to play this guy. I need my Rook.
I mean,
I'm feeling it.
We've seen that before with other teams, not necessarily with operator selection, but with going with their gut, going with what feels right to them, going back to their roots and playing their style, as opposed to maybe a strategy that they've been working on for some time. We saw it with Elevate and how they won their previous matchup.
No! I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but Canadian being taken out early on in this round, Canadian, as you all know, has been throughout this best of 3, just really stepping to. And him not being on the board anymore, that's a lot for FlipSid.
But he also wasn't downstairs in the basement where typically we see a bandit.
He was roaming all the way over in Printer. I think he pre-placed his batteries and just kind of went for that deep roam. And now Continuum's got a lot of pressure mounting for them. That's going to be difficult for them to make this hold happen without him, as he is, again, he's not only in this particular map, but just overall he's been playing really well.
So let's talk about this for a split second. If you're going to put a single mirror on the garage and have no one play it, what is the use of that mirror window?
Maybe just for prompt, just for like, hey, they're going to be opening up the window, the wall, guys. It's happening. There's also, I mean, there's other ways you could use the mirror. If you put it at like crouch level in the middle panel, you can use impact grenades. You can throw it through an open mirror window and deny it a Thatcher, or sorry, a thermite. You can just destroy the thermite. But I mean, that's not what those are going to be used for. Clearly, I mean, I'm not sure what the plan is with the mirror window. I think it must just be for information gathering.
Now we are going to have Adam get rid of the bandit batteries. And I would not actually, I would not get that mirror window. I would say, let's use the thermite to open up the, oh, don't do it, Adam.
No.
I saw you. You were waiting for it. Chala, however, will finish off Necrox. That's going to be smoke down. Now it's a 5-on-3, still 60 seconds to go. Garage has been opened up. NVK is going to rotate back to site from Visa. And Adam going to work his way. He still needs to clear out the circle stairs.
Where did Adam take damage from just now? What was that?
The wall from connector.
Oh, no, it was the
hole there.
It was the drop down.
The drop down hole, the wall was opened up.
Huh. Yeah, we are going to see FlipSid now with a significant man advantage, but only 30 seconds left to go. Continuing with 3 men left, they just need to hold.
And they have 2 3-armors at their feet, which could do very large amounts of damage here for Continuum. Now Hot and Cold is going to be most likely dropping through the hatch. Could he see the feet of BC? He doesn't. BC's going to hop on top of the boxes. Oh, what? Steve, there he goes. Finally sees him, going to force him back into the kitchen. 10 seconds left to go. Plant needs to go down by Pojo, man. Looks like it will, and that's going to be inside a garage. And there's going to be some shots coming out. Chala tags onto 1. Jarvis tags on 3 kills, 2 kills on Chala and Pojo. But it looks like Hot and Cold comes out on top with that bearing 9 to finish out Jarvis. And we are going to have round 5 go into the favor of FlipSid. And apparently Mint doesn't even know what that was.
It was he's talking about his potatoes that he was firing off towards MVK earlier.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But that's okay. He came out on top. He still won the fight somehow. And clearly Jarvis was not the problem child in that engagement, as he was the only one to bring in kills for his team, I believe, there. Whatever the case be, now FlipSid, they have, ladies and gentlemen, upset the cookie cutter that we've been seeing throughout this map so far. They are the first to win their attack of the basement.
Ooh, now Pojo Man opted to go for an Echo instead of the Mirror. We saw him on Mirror. He traded off with about 3 seconds left, picked up the Echo, and I gotta say, I think that might have been the right choice here. We oftentimes do see Mirror on a basement hold, but oftentimes also we see a plant go down, even with mirror windows.
Mira is one of those, okay, now my explanation is going to be a little bit weird here, but she's one of those situational operators that we see not situational anymore because she's so prevalent that teams have been like, okay, well, if we're bringing a Mira here, let's try working her in over here as well. And on a map, on a site like Garage, she is useful. Don't knock her usefulness on Garage, but you can also achieve the same thing that you could achieve with a mirror window with an Echo drone.
I think a lot of times people, with Mira in particular, they try to force her. They try to make her fit.
Yeah, they really do.
While you can make her fit, it's sometimes not always the smoothest puzzle piece to put in that position.
Right. With this Echo drone, they're going to be able to stop the defuse plan at the front of White Card just as easily, actually even more efficiently than they could with mirror windows. Because mirror windows, they only offer you a line of sight, right? And that line of sight doesn't have infinite possibilities in terms of what it can see. You still can't see the front of White. With the Echo drone, you can still stop that diffuse plan in front of White easily. And you're not exposing yourself whatsoever because even with a mirror window, you have to peek something. So I think bringing the Echo here is probably the right call for FlipSid. And if they manage to win this round, that's going to put them on match point, series point, playoff point, land point, etc., etc. We will not see.
Not land point, just playoff.
Land point in that land possibility point. Just trying to rack up the suspense here, because we could see some Continuum not make it to another land, and that would be huge. This drop down not being reinforced here for FlipSid is going to mean that Jarvis is going to be able to open it up without any real breaching potential here.
I feel like Mint just decided to have that be baited out, because he's right above it looking. You can see just a very tight angle. All he's doing right now is just trying to wait for some color change to happen. Then he'll go for a larger peek.
Or his teammates to make out the call that, hey, Jarvis is opening up above us right now, and you can drop. Will it come out, or will Mint wait? He's going to continue to wait. This is a very patient Mint. This is actually probably going to be pretty good, because we've seen this late roam be very, very successful in previous matches in the Pro League.
Now Chala is going to be inside of that main corridor right by the side office. Mint just needs to... This is going to be up to Mint, basically. He needs to get perfect timing, but Netcrox is also in the perfect position to get the trade.
Yeah, as soon as Mint drops, if he drops at the wrong moment, Necrox is going to be ready to receive
Oh,
him.
he doesn't see it just yet. Jarvis evading the little crevice that Mint is looking through right now.
This is good, though. I think the fact that Mint hasn't dropped yet, oh no, that's going to give his position away. He's sprinting across this room now, and the attackers will know.
Oh, he had the angle. The plant will go down there by Canadian. Now Jarvis is going to be taken out of commission here by Mint, and it looks as though he's spotted the diffuser. He knows where it is. BC tags one kill there in the hot and cold. A 4-on-4 is going to ensue, but there's only 35 seconds here for FlipSid.
They need to get these kills down, and unfortunately, it's not going to happen. As
NVK
takes out
getting
Adam
a double kill, getting a triple kill
kill
to finish out the round. It's now 3-3.
Wow. So, as FlipSid steps up and wins their attack onto the basement, so too does Continuum. Constant trades here on the final map of this series. So, unfortunately, what we saw there was the Echo drone not being put to adequate use.
Nope.
Not being able to stomp that diffuser plant, and because of that, I guess there really wasn't any serious contingency coming out from Continuum.
Yeah, I think from
FlipSid.
we were watching Mint top floor. He was the mute. You saw him just dash over to that corner office drop hatch, and I think that was because they called out, oh snap, I used all my yokais, now they're going for the plant.
Yeah, he was
You have
trying
to
to
get
stop.
over there and cover that secondary angle.
Yeah, he was trying to stop the plant. And you have to imagine if he had been a 3-speed, it might have been possible for him to actually make it in time, but he didn't, unfortunately. And for FlipSid, that is. And now, they are going to be going on to an attack of Continuum's first floor. Oh, no, sorry, basement. Excuse me. That's right, they were unsuccessful in the basement. I'm thinking constant rotations here, but no. Because Continuum was unsuccessful in their defense of the basement on the previous round they were on defense, they are going to get to go down here again. Now, this is reminiscent of Season 1 and 2 meta on Consulate. I remember when everyone was like, basement, 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 basement. This is where we want to go. And nobody really liked the top floor. Nobody really liked the first floor. And, yeah, no, clearly both these teams do very much favor that bottom floor. We're going to see FlipSid start to clear from the east to the west, beginning with admin. Same old FlipSid, nice and meticulous, clearing out as much as they possibly can.
Swapping mag.
Now, taking a look here, we are seeing a quote-unquote standard push from FlipSid to get into admin. What is a little bit different that I'm seeing is the Twitch drone, instead of basically going for the mirror windows, is actually droning ahead for Adam here. Typically, that Twitch drone is used to go directly to where the mirror windows are, open those up, and utilize that aspect.
I mean, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But I think in this instance, as we talked about earlier, the mirror windows are useful in the basement hold, but they're not infinitely useful. They're not like basement organ hold useful. Yeah. So I don't think it's the highest priority. NVK and Canadian both are going to get droned out here, which is going to force them to relocate.
They're going split. Now Canadian's going to be top yellow here. I don't think Adam realizes it. So he's actually going to drop, look in towards the connector, and Canadian moving up forward. Mint might be caught off guard here.
Yeah, no, I don't think the attackers are aware of
they don't know
this pulse.
Canadian, all he has to do is just turn to the right side, look for, oh, Kachala, thinking that it's all clear, says, oh, nope, but a good trade there by Adam to finish him off before too much damage could be wreaked on here by Continuum.
That's good play there by Adam, managing to get that trade. You're absolutely right. I mean, if he hadn't, it really could have, Canadian could have drawn that out for much, much longer. All the same, that's a Blackbeard gone, and with only 1 minute to go, the garage has not been opened up. FlipSid, they need to start opening up, or start establishing these avenues into the site. Here it comes.
And here we go. Looks as though Pojoman will make sure that it's all clear.
I like that fake out that FlipSid tried to go for it there, tried to bait the bandit into attempting to stop the thermite charge before opening up above him, because it could have been a kill, but because Jarvis didn't fall for the bait, it wasn't.
Yep, now the garage will get opened up. NVK is still roaming above, though. He just took a little bit of damage, though, and so I wonder if we're going to have a little bit of engagement here between Adam and NVK. They are working their way down. Adam saying, no, I cannot wait any longer. We need to push on down. He got droned out again, but Adam, he will actually try to re-engage this.
Oh, NVK's going to go back down.
Adam wasting a lot of time here.
20 seconds. No time to waste.
15 seconds to go. Now Hot and Cold's going to be inside of the west corridor. He's looking on through. Pojoman picks up that kill to Jarvis. He's got to move forward. Now NVK is going to finish off Mint here, and now he's going to swing back over. Tags a double kill. NVK, he's feeling at home here. He's going to go for the 3K, going in more towards Hot and Cold on the yellow stairs. Pojoman eats the C4, and however, we will see round go to CTM after the diffuser had not been planted, and FlipSid, unfortunately, in this 1v1, was not able to secure it.
So much happening all over the place. We had a fantastic roam game to start things off with Canadian on those yellow stairs, really backing himself into a corner, but one that was not droned out. Then NVK with the late roam managed to put in tremendous work and stalled out the round just enough for BC to come in with a clutch C4 from the back of White Van and deny that diffuser plant. What a round from Continuum.
NVK, year one, season one, was on a team called Team Mythic, correct? I think so.
Yeah, he was on a...
I think it might have been Mythic.
He wasn't playing year one, season one because he wasn't old enough, I think.
No, okay, whatever case, he was on a team called Kingdom Esports during season 2, and I remember that. I remember Consulate was a map that we never wanted to play NVK on because he is very, very fluid with lurking in this map and roaming around.
No, you're absolutely right.
And that's exactly what we just saw.
Yeah.
I mean, we even saw him go back to site when it was him and the Pulse. I think that was Canadian. When both of them got spotted out, Canadian went up top, NVK went back downstairs, and the next thing you know, NVK's back upstairs. So he is very fluid and knows the navigational routes through this map like the back of his hand, and that's what he's bringing to the team here today.
I've talked to him personally, and I can attest to that. He really is. He does very much like this map. He's comfortable here. I mean, similar to Canadian and a lot of the other. Again, I talked about this earlier. A lot of the Continuum players are really comfortable on Consulate. They really do like this map. However, it is match point, guys. Continuum are looking to just finish this off and get this best of 3 in their bag and move themselves onto the playoffs.
So match point, series point, playoff point here, ladies and gents, as CTM is going to push their onslaught into the piano room here momentarily with BC. Keeping an eye there on Hot and Cold inside of the bathroom.
Hot and Cold could challenge this and get a nice easy kill, but unfortunately for him, there's a shield in front of BC's face, and he's not going to be able to. Now CTM are starting to apply this, mount this pressure onto Hot and Cold, who's playing inside the bathroom. And they know that they need to get rid of him because he's been a thorn in the side every time.
Oh, Jarvis going to try to rush in here with a shotgun in hand, grabs it down. Wonderful push there, and Hot and Cold will feel the wrath of that buck shotgun. That's going to be the first man down here in what could be the final round of this series. NVK, he's now in control of the yellow stairs. Blackbeard, that's BC. He's able to hop off and go down towards garage now. Batteries being removed from play.
I think that was probably the most important kill of this round.
Yep.
If Continuum managed to win it, it was exclusively because they took top 4 control so early without any contention at all.
Garage will get opened up. Barbed wire's going to get destroyed. That's going to allow NVK to push in forward. Now, I would expect NVK to reload here. He only had 12 bullets in his gun. But again, Garage has been opened up. So he's actually going to pull out this SMG-11, forego the reloading of that L85, and drone out some more for his team. Now right behind Black Car is going to be Chala. I don't think they realize it, so he's going to be right there. They don't know it. He's going to move on forward. Tag to kill down. That's also diffuser that's been taken out of commission. Chala's going to snag onto one. Adam pushes up forward. He misses the target, but Chala picks up a double one. That's going to be the one on the Blackbeard. Now wonderful job. 45 seconds to go. Adam and NVK both going to down each other. Chala picks up the kill. That's going to be counted a 3K for him. Jarvis and Necrox, last two alive. One's getting through bathroom drop hatch. The other one's going to be outside a garage. A 4-on-2. However, Adam has not been picked up, and there are no plans to pick him up as he's too vulnerable. So it is going to be a 3-on-2 with Necrox finishing him off. Now we are going to see Mint still above. He could come around for a very nice flank. Jarvis going to toss out one grenade over the yellow rails. That's where Chala used to be. However, he's back in his black car seat, and now he's going to move back over as Jarvis goes down the yellow stairs. Poacher Man, he's going to snag one of the Necrox, and last man alive is going to be Jarvis. We are going to see this go to overtime unless something magical happens, in which case it's not. Chala picks up the 4K. That's going to be FlipSid securing round 8. We're going to overtime.
The black car play from Chala was completely overlooked from Continuum. They didn't drone it out. They didn't bother to check. And because of that, aggressive play from Chala in the front of that black car. And the 3K, 4K, was he managed to bring it back for his team. That should have just been a Continuum round outright. It should have been a Continuum round. And you can see here, neither of these teams, they absolutely refuse. Both of them refuse to be eliminated in the group stages. They are like, no, we will not.
So we have 3 rounds now to determine who will take that second playoff seed spot from Group A. 3 rounds. The next team to win 2 out of the 3 rounds will move forward. The loser, unfortunately, the one to either secure 0 or 1 round in total, will unfortunately not make it to the playoffs and will sit out this Gamescom.
This is a tense match. I mean, it's impossible to say who can really win, though, because they're so... Both of these teams are so evenly matched. It's actually kind of unprecedented. We don't often see such a close matchup between 2 Pro League teams. Usually one will have a slight edge based on this map or that map. But in this case, both of them have an even footing on all of the maps they've been to thus far, seemingly.
I mean, we talked about it briefly in the interviews about mental preparedness, and one of the things about mental preparedness is also endurance,
right?
And being able to go 3 maps, being able to go overtime on almost all 3 maps.
We just saw in the last round a slight oversight from Continuum that cost them an entire round, in that they didn't drone out the front of black car. And that might just be somebody missing their role, somebody missing their job that they needed to execute. And because of that, because they're fatigued. What
we're going to see here most likely is Canadians spotting out who's repelled and who's going to be close, because NVK has his primed. He wants to go. He's going to jump. There it goes. He's going to look up top, grabs a shot on the Chala, grabs another one, but he misses the target. Poacher Man to get the clutch. And we are going to see the collapse and the trade happen. Now that is Blackbeard off of the windowsill, and that's going to allow some rotation from anyone top floor, but there is no one on the defensive squad there.
If there is one player on the attacker's side that you want to be taking out early, it's either A, Thermite, or B, Blackbeard. And now that Blackbeard's gone, it means that there's actually going to be a lot more confidence in the Continuum defense.
I'd say that, but they took out NVK. And I know he knows
But they took out Chala, though. Chala's the top fragger for FlipSid, too.
He is. But I'm more scared of NVK. I'm more scared of NVK on this map. However,
I mean, understandable.
NVK knew that that was a suicide mission.
Yeah.
He knew it was a suicide mission.
Yeah.
So that means CTM is more confident knowing, okay, you're going to take out 1, possibly 2, but you will go down.
Well, the main thing, again, is that they took out Blackbeard. And when you have... Oh, the C4, it might come out here. No, he's not going to go for it. He's going to play this safe.
Hot could be moving on forwards. Doesn't see him.
Oh,
and
no.
Good night. Jarvis, however, will be tagged down by Adam. Now Canadian going to pull out that heartbeat sensor, and we could have a roasted Mint here momentarily. Good night, Mint. Bye-bye. No, he missed it! And Adam comes swinging in, and that's going to be FlipSid with a 1-1 trade-off, or sorry, a 1-1 switcheroo. Now a 3-on-2, what should have been otherwise a 3-2 in favor of Continuum.
Yeah, now it's just down to a BC and a Necrox on that Mira Smoke combo, and FlipSid haven't gotten the garage open quite yet. They're still a little bit worried about those roamers because so they haven't pushed into piano to get the floor open to get rid of the batteries.
Looks like Twitch Drone will move in forward. Necrox realizing, hey, they got to open this up, don't they?
Yeah, 25 seconds to go, and they actually need to make this push happen now. There's still 3 gas canisters.
Now, I think the saving grace is going to be Adam. He needs to swing in here, and he's got the power to do so. He's going to put some pressure. He's going to move into the side, go with the pre-fire. Oh, he gets it, and that's going to be Necrox. He's going to get the trade. A 1-on-2, Mint and Pojo going to go against Necrox here. Who's going to get the kill? Looks like Necrox will fall as Mint comes swinging in from behind, right where Adam previously came in forward, and that's going to be FlipSid securing the first round here of overtime.
Only one more round for FlipSid to deny Continuum playoffs and thus land an overtime match point of the third map of this best of 3.
I want to see something crazy happen here for Continuum with their operator choices. Like, I want a Blitz, I want a Monty, I want a Glass. Like, I just want something off the roof here that's just like a one-time pocket strat that you're just like, how is that ever going to work?
I don't think CTM's going to be bringing something like that to the table. We would, but it'd be really cool. I'm on the same page as you. That'd be really nifty, but the stakes are way too high. And now this is. Let's get serious for a second.
I mean,
here.
we thought the stakes are way too high, but we saw Coastline played.
Let's get serious for a second here, though. In this situation, Continuum, the main thing that they need to do here is not get absorbed in the fact that if they lose this, they won't go to playoffs and they won't go to LAN. They need to keep their mental. Yeah, they need to play as Continuum. They need to be themselves and play to their strengths. And if they shut down, if they slow themselves down here, then they're going to lose. They need to be able to play freely.
I wish we could have post-game interviews, even with the losers of a game, because I want to ask, did you ask yourself at any point in time, are we going to lose this?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, that's exactly why they lost it. You cannot have that doubt in your mind, and I honestly don't think any of these 10 players have a doubt in their mind that they're going to win.
Yeah, and I think Continuum now, on their last-ditch effort to put it into a 11th round on this best of 3 on this third map, are going to be attacking. They're going to be starting to clear out that roam game in the early seconds of this round.
Now we are going to see some more drones going on forward. Yellow Stair is going to be droned out here momentarily. BC is going to be repelled on the south end of the map.
I like the adaptation from FlipSid, not trying to hold that bathroom anymore. It was horribly unsuccessful for them the previous round that they tried to defend the basement. And the fact that they're not doing it now is really just like screams like, hey, we're not going to mess up again.
Now, NVK is going to be on the yellow stairs here. We see him at the moment.
We've seen him pressuring from here a lot lately. It's been good for his team thus far. This time he does have a full mag, and that's actually the fact that he didn't reload his gun earlier in the round did actually cost them, I think, that last lockout round.
That garage will get opened up very early on in the round, but there's not going to be too much pressure, I think, being put on.
Canadian's going to get both panel 1 and panel 3 open. Easy peasy. Nobody off the board for Continuum. It's looking good for them. They have 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and that's plenty of time.
What needs to happen is Mint needs to rotate back over to the corner office when the time comes, because right now Pojo Man's looking to see, is that plant going to go down? He'll get his drone over there, potentially, and we'll see that Yokai possibly disorient and prevent some of the plant, but it's going to be up to Mint to stop it. Jarvis will tag the first kill there on T'Challa. That's Bandit being taken out of commission. That's not the nail in the coffin just yet. 60 seconds to go. NVK now going to swing on over. Looks for Mint. And I think he saw him. Mint's not realizing it.
There's very heavy roam game from FlipSid right now. They don't have a lot to stop the defuse plant. Canadian, if he gets rid of that drone, will be able to just simply plant. Here comes the drone now.
They are going to bank it on this Yokai and will get destroyed. Pojo Man going to try to prevent it. And that's going to be one. Can he go for another? Oh, looks like Jarvis gets taken down by Adam on the roam game inside of the main lobby. Now he's going to look on over towards yellow stairs. NVK is going to move on down the stairs here as well towards yellow. Necrox still inside of the bathroom looking to challenge a little bit. There's a shot. NVK knows exactly where the head is, and he will take it on out of Pojo Man. A 4-on-3, 20 seconds to go. Plant's going to try to go down here momentarily by BC. However, he gets taken out of commission. A wonderful job by Mint and Hot and Cold. A 2-on-3. Adam and Mint, they're going to move in forward. They're still top side. Hot's going to move in forward. Grabs a shot there on the NVK. NVK and Necrox quickly going to go to Adam and Hot and Cold. Last minute alive, Mint. He tagged it down. 2 seconds to go. And Mint is going to grab this one. The plan has to go down. He's around it. No, he can't see the booty. Smack the booty, Mint, and does it. And that's going to be it. FlipSid Tactics. They're going to go go to the playoffs, securing this third map against Continuum. Continuum, unfortunately, will not be headed into the playoffs, will not be headed to land, and we will not see them at Gamescom.
Whew.